I think like somebody would like notice that it's like actually episode 20 if we just like keep going.
It's free engagement, man.
Actually, hold on. I have to say so many things are just completely incorrect during the podcast, so I can get that comment engagement. Dude, you're right. Do you think like
we have like 30% of our comments are people being negative, but I guess it's somewhat intentional.
Oh yeah,
like
we get some of those.
Do you? I got nothing now, dude. I got.
What, man?
Oh, did you guys watch any of the calling? It was really good.
Yeah, I watched the whole thing actually. Had a nice day off.
Ooh, on a Saturday, nice.
Yeah,
how about Lyeth?
Yeah, I've watched none of it.
Oh, it's cool.
Jason may or may not be 6-1 on Lyeth.
Yeah, I saw that he was doing well. A bunch of my locals were like, "Yo, this Lyeth's popping off." I was like, "All right, Jason, you're my local hero. You have to do well for all my locals to be proud and justify that they bring Lyeth every week and go 3."
It didn't look like he was doing anything crazy either.
No.
It was just like normal Lyeth.
He just knows how to play better than everybody else. That's kind of like the key, actually.
One of the most interesting things I saw about his list is that he was playing Razor. And like I know that wasn't like crazy, but like that wasn't like in every list when the deck was like first circulating around. So
I saw that he was.
What's the point of playing Razor? Just ways of using your hand.
Yeah, more ways to use your hand. Give you a second attack on the turn because you have a lot of these like blue attacks that like just are like medium rate, but if you can play them on like one floating afterwards, it's like a 1 for 4, 1 for 5 a lot of the time, even at blue. So.
Yeah, I guess if you're not blocking 2, you can click your hero power on your own turn, and it's like not the worst thing of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of the things I like though is he was playing like was it 2 steps forward card or something? The blue
the 2 steps ahead, the blue Lyeth card.
Ahead. Yeah, I like that a lot. I know they started cutting that at one point. But we do have like the Lyeth expert with us. Zach, the list looks pretty similar to yours, or?
Let me change this. Sorry, I'm doing something. Oh, I just can't select a different camera while we're recording.
Yeah, your camera looks fabulous.
Hold on. I
can see every pore in your skin, Zach.
I think I can change your camera.
Appreciate that. For what I paid for it, it should do that. But I'm trying to figure out why.
Which one do you want to change it to? Because I think I can change your camera. Oh no, I cannot change your camera. Oh,
it doesn't matter.
Actually horrifying.
It's like off centered for some reason, and I can't figure out why. Like I'm not.
People don't watch these anyway. They just listen. Don't worry.
I'm not like center frame like I normally am, and I don't know why. And since I'm using my camera here in the podcast software, I can't look at OBS at the same time to see like if it's also fucked up on OBS. Like
I can tell you why. I can tell you why it's a little weird because I was trying to get into the software and through the Internet Explorer just told me no, so I had to go through like I'm using like Firefox, which I just downloaded like 4 seconds ago to use this app.
I see.
Yeah, Google just does not want me to use my camera today.
I don't.
Because you talk shit about Gemini, man.
Talk.
Oh, they got your ass.
By the way, dude, dude. Someone in your like Discord was like, "Is this how you remove it?" I was like, "I don't want it removed. I just want to be angry at it."
I did see that. They were like, "You can easily get rid of this," and you were basically like, "Shut up! I want to complain. I don't want you to fix my problem. I want to bitch about this."
It's good to get that off your chest, you know? Like
for sure.
Everyone needs like things to like complain about. That's why we have a podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Anyway, welcome to episode 20 of Breakpoints. I'm your host, Taylor Crawford, here with Aggro Blaze 96, Zach Phillips, here with Sam Young from TheCardGuyz, and for our special guest this week, our first returning guest, Noah Bagel from the Runaways Podcast.
You are
and the Runaways like
guest,
too, I guess, but
yeah, he is. Episode 3.
Return to the podcast, but I did not return to top 8 of Worlds. So I think this is a greater success.
I'll tell you what, the person that was trying to become the first occurring guest was Vero. He tried very hard.
He's not just recurring guest, but host.
Yeah.
I put in 0 effort, so I guess that's the key.
Oh, 100%. You didn't want it at all, so we were like, we have to have him. We have to have him.
Yeah.
Whenever someone's like, hey, can you be on the podcast? They're like, I don't know. You're like, I really want you now. Please. Please. As soon as someone says
No, I'm an
yes,
open
I'm
book,
like, I
man.
don't want to do it. I'm sorry. I can't do this anymore. It ain't going to work between us.
Cancel all those guests for the future that have said yes. If I
Oh,
could-
just get him off there.
Watching this
I like the way
where
you
he's-
guys just go right into it, by the way. Did we do this last time? We just like go right into recording?
yeah.
Yeah.
No 3, 2, 1, no countdown, no anything, just
dog,
cold
this
open.
Oh,
is
yeah,
straight
every
in?
time.
This
Okay,
is
fair.
the anarchy of the Breakpoints podcast. Like, you get it all from
Fair.
start to finish.
one time, like we mentioned about like making it a little bit more structured, and like every comment was like, if you do that, I'll leave. And we're like, okay, cool.
Okay.
I mean, normally Taylor has to do a little bit of editing. You know, he normally cuts out like the slurs that Sam says, like, you know, like midway through. But like other than that, like, you know, it's pretty cut and dry.
I only put
Software.
like 6 extra hours on the Taylor's plate a week. It's crazy.
6 hours. I'm here till 4 a.m. just having to wait for him to cut everything out.
No. Why 6 hours?
Oh, it's amazing. I love that. Well, anyway, I guess we should have some structure. Let's talk about everybody's week and Flesh and Blood. Sam, start us off, dog.
Took it pretty easy recently. Just went to an armory this week and played the same gravy list I took to Worlds because I'm too lazy to switch it up.
Ah, man.
How'd you do? Did you do better at your armory or Worlds?
Definitely at Worlds. My locals are jacked.
Your locals are now, yeah?
Crazy. You wouldn't believe it.
How about you, Zach? How was your week in Flesh and Blood?
It's been a pretty slow week. I enjoyed having the week off. Carly and I have played a lot of Arc Raiders. There are 66 quests in Arc Raiders, and I have managed to complete them all in this past week. So I think Carly and I played for 8 hours yesterday, and we played for 9 hours today. It's been a lot of Arc Raiders. Yeah, no, it's been a lot. I will say I did start working. I'm writing I'm calling it my passion piece, if you will. I know that sounds a little lame, but I'm writing a Victor guide.
Oh, that's
And
sick.
I'm just dumping everything that I like think and care about Victor into like an article, and I'm just gonna like post it on Metafy and stuff like that. So that's kind of like where I'm at and what I'm working on in the Fab world.
Okay, I have a very important question to ask about your Victor guide.
Please.
How long is the section on the proper technique to clash with your opponent? Do you reveal at the same time? Do you reveal before them? Do you make them reveal first? Like, what's the sequence that works for you?
Excuse me, Taylor, talk about something while I get a sticky note and make something I can add to my Victor guide here really quick.
Okay, very good.
So, like,
It's
for
gonna
a
be
another
Victor
two
guide,
pages.
1 sec, I got a follow up here.
Oh, even better.
After that, what's your preferred facial expression when you win, lose, draw? Do you laugh in their face when you win? Like, do you get really into character, or are you like, oh yeah, sorry man, I hit the thunk, I got the extra might? Like, how do you how nice are you?
I feel like that would actually be like a phenomenal YouTube video to be like, oh, the types of Clash winners and like have like different
Yeah.
reactionary pieces. I'm totally going to steal this and turn this into like a short or something.
It's gonna be
Noah.
short. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah,
There you go,
100%.
man.
I can see it coming.
Yeah.
I love that.
do like
I
it-
love that.
I love the idea of like a really apologetic one. Like you win a test of strength, you're like, oh, I guess I'm high rolling today. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll draw a card. It's just like,
Yeah.
oh, Clash, I'll make a might. Oh my god, dude. Oh, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, dude.
Yeah. You're playing against a warrior, you're like, oh, your card doesn't have any power. I got so lucky.
Yeah, dude, just like the ultimate BM. I can't believe I didn't flip over any of my blocks here. Dude, it's insane. What a great day.
Yeah, you laugh until you're playing against Dory and you flip over back-to-back trounces or a pummel or something and you end up tying. It happens.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What are the
I've definitely been popping off. I've been playing unexpected backhand in my KO deck recently, and I just can't restrain myself. The second I see the backhand, I'm just like, oh, like just like a jump scare if they take damage.
Oh, that's awesome. I love that.
the first time you win a Miller's Grindstone Clash off a Golden Sun? You just like, oh, you can't beat that high. Woo!
Love that
Oh.
feeling.
Noah, what have you been up to since Worlds? You been playing any Flesh and Blood? You touching grass, unlike Zach? What are you doing?
None.
She had a great day today. So I've been hanging out with family just in the Thanksgiving holiday season. I went to Boston today to see a Cirque du Soleil show. That was pretty cool. Went to Japanese barbecue after. For a lot of them, it's like their first time doing like the whole, cooking for yourself thing. So
Oh, that's
my
cool.
shoulder is quite tired after being like the, grill master the whole time. And then, I've just been playing a lot of Sage, honestly. Like outside of occasional CC games when I'm playing at Armory or like some locals are asking to test because we have a 1K coming up tomorrow just at one of my local stores.
1K for Sage?
But outside... No, this is for CC. So I've just been like playing a couple games of
okay,
CC to keep my skills sharp. But when I've been like playing Fab for fun over the past week, it's been mainly just jamming Sage.
That sounds like a good time. We're going to get into Sage a little bit later. I want to talk about the format with you. Get your initial impressions.
I have thoughts.
Yeah. My week in Fab is I've been learning how to play Kasai. Because, like, in theory, I think this deck is, like, broken. But, like, everyone that plays it is just absolute dog shit with it in tournaments. So I'm just like, there's some disconnect here. I look at the card. The card quality is great. The hero ability is great. But then, like, no one ever converts. I'm just like, what's happening? So I played, like, probably 70 games of Kasai this week at work. Well, while at work. I have no idea why this deck is good or bad. I have more questions about Kasai after this week than I do before this week. It's like, it doesn't function, but it functions really well.
I feel like the last time I saw Kasai do well at an event, like a rated event, was like what, Canadian Nationals?
Well, Chris Ayali won the Battle Hardened in California this past weekend on Kasai.
There's a Battle Hardened in California this last weekend. Where have I been?
Did you not go?
Clearly, I've been playing too much Arc Raiders, guys. Like, I'm completely checked out from Flesh and Blood, apparently.
Yeah.
No.
To be fair, Chris could win with almost any deck he brings to the tournament. So
Facts.
That's
Not
why
much
he
of a
brings
surprise
all the
there.
crazy decks to the tournament. Like, put this man on like real decks and he goes insane.
Well, I mean, like, he brought a Flesh and Blood deck to the Riff Bound in top 4, I thought. So I was like, that's pretty impressive. He literally, like, won the Battle Harden or like, made the finals or something, and then, like, the next day, top 4 to Riff Bound.
He's crazy, dude. He's so good.
So good. So, other than that, we got a couple things to talk about this week. First, we want to talk about our sponsors. Sam, lead us off.
Well, if you need a place to take notes and track what you're doing in your games, how you can improve, how you can get better, we have the product for you. We have the Breakpoints Codex Journal. Link is in the description. And if you want to get even deeper and figure out what you need to bring to your tournaments, well, we've got a website for that. It's called Fabtcg. And on there, they have Sage tracking now. So if you're really confused about this whole format like the rest of us, that's a great place to start. And if you also have forgotten that Blitz skirmishes are a thing and the prizes are sick, you can look and see what everyone's playing on there. Get yourself a good idea, get started.
Yeah.
So,
wait, I have a comment about...
oh, go ahead.
Wait, one sec. I have a comment about your Codex Journal. It would be so funny if, like, for the people who are watching the podcast visually, if you wrote, like, some notes in, like, small font of, like, just, like, a hint for people of, like, oh, yeah, played against a complete bozo, like, just, like, completely trolling throughout the whole page instead of doing a blank page. That would be funny.
That would be great. There's actually some pages in here. Like, this is my breakpoints that I used at Worlds. Some of these notes I cannot share.
I played against bozos. I played against so many bozos.
I am an
Why
idiot.
didn't I bring Victor in round 3?
I think one of my notes is, my God, I'm an idiot.
Nice.
Yeah, classic.
Okay, we could talk about the real topic. Let's continue.
Oh my gosh, the real topic. Sage. I want to talk about Sage. Like, have you guys been playing a lot of Sage? Other than Noah. Noah, you don't answer this, we already know. Everyone else, have you guys been playing Sage? Okay.
Sage.
Zach, for the audio listeners, what are you doing with your head right now?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
It's always good to nod when
Yeah.
you have an audio
My
listeners.
bad.
For sure.
Yes, I have been playing Sage pretty much exclusively since I came back from since we came back from Philly, and I love it. I have loved the games. I have loved the format. Like, it has just been such a like refreshing take on Fab that has like re-energized my love for the game since coming back, honestly. And I know that that's probably the most unpopular opinion on the group of people that I'm talking with today. I don't know how Noah feels about it, but man, the format is a blast. Like, I'm living it up playing this format.
Perspective, this is the man who described Blitz as being the higher skill format than CC. So,
Not what I said. Not what I said.
That's what you said. 100%.
I got clips. I got receipts, dog. You don't come to the table with somebody who has receipts.
Well, the sad thing is going to happen is he loved Blitz. They killed off Blitz. He likes Sage. I don't know how long we have with it.
I am very excited to play Blitz this weekend at my final skirmish. So,
what are you playing? Aurora?
yeah, the
Play
forehead.
Victor, dude.
You
Wait,
think-
hold
you
on.
think-
What? Never mind. Victor's LL.
Victor's,
Yeah.
Victor's LL.
Dog, I was like, that had its time in the sun, unfortunately.
It was a peak Blitz deck. It was so good.
It was
Okay,
awesome.
Noah. What's your thoughts on Sage? I want to get the guest's opinion out there so we can all
Okay.
agree.
So what I love about Sage is the fact I can play cards with the 3 letters on the bottom of I, C, and E. I like that. I never really got to play Oldhim when he was legal in CC. And Jarl just like makes no sense to me. I don't really understand how you actually win games with that deck outside of fatiguing people, and I just don't really like doing that in CC environment. It feels like it's just asking for some L's at a tournament of just every single game is going to go down to fatigue, or my opponent's just going to throw the game somehow and I'll kill them with dominate damage. But in Sage, I feel like Oldhim has brought me the joy of being able to stop my opponent from playing 5-card hands. That's just like one of my favorite things I used to love about Icelander. I feel like Oldhim with his hero power kind of does the same thing, where since it's less punishing, I think, in this format to draw some amount of 2 blocks, given that Chain is like a pretty popular deck. And if I'm playing into any of these like 0 for 4 aggro decks, I can just pitch my Ice Blue to my hero power, save my other one to play like a 2-card 7 on my own turn. So even drawing like multiple 2 blocks still lets me effectively deal with aggro decks. And they're also blues to be able to Arcane Barrier into the classes doing Arcane. And the fact that these decks just like get a shield, and like when you play Guardian with a shield and then all your opponents just have the normal Blade Beckoner, like basically everybody in the whole format has the same equipment, but then Guardian just have like 3 more life because they have a shield. So I really like that part of it. This is more just talking about my experience playing Oldhim in general. My experience on the format, I think, is that it's similar to LL in a sense that like 80% of the heroes are just unregisterable. Like there's actually no reason to play like the vast majority of them. So the idea of like them printing a bunch of these starter decks or whatever they're called for Sage to like get people off the ground, I think that it's a great idea as long as those decks come with cards that make those heroes viable. But my feeling now is kind of like you're playing some aggressive Runeblade, you're playing Chain, you're playing Guardian, or you're playing like Rhinar, KO, and Azalea. Those seem like the classes and heroes that are playable from my like initial couple weeks of playing. And then everything else is just kind of like whatever. Maybe you can cheese someone with games, but those are like not really tournament viable decks.
Oh. That's a really good take. How about you, Sam?
Honestly, like, no notes. Incredible. That's exactly how I've been feeling about it. Yeah, really. It's
Okay. Here, I'll spawn some thoughts. So what do you guys think about like the potential upgrades that we could be getting? It's like we have like the new set coming out. We have the starter decks coming out. Do you think that we'll get upgrades that are like majestic power level, but they just print them at commons and rares? Or do you think we'll just get more diversity among the commons and rares?
So Scott said on stream today that there are new cards in the Sage decks. He didn't say like how many, if all of them did or what, but They were talking about that as like their little teaser today during the calling. So they definitely have some new either pen or specific to the deck cards. I don't know. Like, I feel like they have to have cards that are specific to the heroes in the starter decks because otherwise, like Enigma doesn't really make sense now. It's like taking out Refractor makes that deck a lot worse. You don't have like a good way to deal with aggro without Majestics in that deck.
Okay. For me, I'm trying to hold back the judgment that I have when playing the games until Pence comes out. Because like the format has the idea of Pence cards being available and like that updated meta. So like I'll play games in which like I'll just kill my opponent from like 13 with Azalea, and I'm just like, it'll be fixed next set. I was like, that's what I keep telling myself. I'm on the Copium train of the next set. I'm like, the
They're
next set will
gonna
fix
fix it.
everything. Yeah. I'm of no issues after Pit. So I'm trying to keep my bias that way without like trying to be too down about the format because like I think it's very top heavy. As you mentioned, I think a lot of the good heroes are really good and the bad heroes are really bad. So I'm trying to just wait it out, see what the cards come in the next set, and then make my final judgments on the format. I've been playing a lot of Azalea and Ira in the format, so playing definitely two very good decks. Azalea is very fun. It plays almost exactly like the CC version, which is really nice, except for like that premeditate and run ledger. But I'm still throwing like infecting for like 11 dominate on like turn one. I'm like, oh, this is still so sick, and then I'll just die to chain.
Okay, you know what card? I'm glad you brought up infecting. You know what card has been like a super all-star for me in the Guardian decks is the Renounced Grandeur. The
Okay.
one with people with suspicious hoods on it.
Yeah.
It actually just like has crazy text, even into Azalea. Like it just stops a blood rot off of infecting shot for no reason.
Yeah.
Like there's so much like incidental. I think that's like a card that, not exactly this card, Renounced Grandeur, but in general, just more aura hate, token hate, this type of effect would be nice to have in Fab. That's not just like a gotcha mechanic of a hand trap. Like what's the 2-cost blue card? Ripple Away? Yeah, that's not like Ripple Away. Something that's more like targeted for tokens. We have Overcrowded now. So yeah, I think just like more of those kind of things. They just like spawn moments that are cool in the game of like, oh yeah, I didn't think about this interacting in that way.
Yeah. The one thing I do wish that did not exist in the format, and I don't think that the next set's going to fix this opinion, is I wish the yellow 0 for 4 Guardian block cards were legal in the format. Like, because you can play that.
You think they're too good, really?
I don't know if they're too good, but like if you're playing against somebody that has like the 21 4 block Oldham deck with like a lot of earth and ice, it's really an awful, not fun matchup. So it's like, I don't know if it's too good, but like it's definitely just not fun for for like my locals when I show up with, fatigue Oldham, and I'm just gonna fatigue them all.
It definitely beats the crap
Yeah.
out of like the lower tier decks. Like
Yeah, it's just like it's a 0%er. Like I'm sorry, and then you play against one guy playing Enigma, and you're like, oh, good game, man. I'm not even playing this one.
Yeah. Any Droma, Enigma, or Chain, you're probably cooked.
Yeah. So Zach,
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
you seem like the happiest man in the world for Sage. Let's talk about it.
You just summed me up as a person, dog. I'm like a golden retriever. I'm just bebopping through life to my own like little drum here, having a good time. So Noah posed a very interesting question. Do we think we're gonna get rares that are like at majestic level? I am expecting things like Wrath of Retribution, where it is a majestic power level card, but it is a legendary.
All right, that should be banned in CC.
Yeah,
We need to have
Yeah,
that.
no, I'm
in Sage.
being serious. That's the kind of things that I'm expecting. Like, do I think they're going to give us just flat out arc lightning? No, absolutely not. Like, I don't think we'll get anything to that power level. But I do think we can expect things like fire. Maybe Fire and Brimstone is a better pick there because it's not Wrath of Retribution. But I'm expecting like majestic power level cards that are like L's, or like the rare legendary thing that they did with Wrath. That's kind of what I'm expecting.
Take
Oh,
that.
so you want more 1-ofs?
Yeah, like I don't hate it. If you're gonna give me like we're playing like Sage, this format based around like commons and rares, and you want to give powerful cards to make the games interesting, make it a one of. And if like if our argument gripe here is that people are gonna bitch about it, well, guess what? I'll pull up my Twitter feed and we can just take a look at who's bitching about things. It's not gonna stop people. Like, so I don't. Those people can cry to their moms. I don't care.
Well, the one thing I don't like about this idea is that it would translate to CC. So unless it said something like this is a Sage only card, I don't want them printing a bunch of like Bomb L cards in CC.
Okay, I have the answer to this. Okay, take some weaker Majestics, and I have the perfect example. And I've been thinking about this. This has been back in my head.
Oh,
Take
you want to
Frost Hex?
downgrade them?
Dude, take Frost Hex,
Uh-huh.
make it a rare. Oh my god, Icelander gets a little bit better, like 2% better, and it's a sweet reprint. No one's complaining because people get to play their cold foil ones from like 6 years ago. I'm just saying, like, it'd be great. Be like, oh, you know, we've downshifted these cards from Majestic to rare. That way, you get to play your old stuff, you know, while also powering up the format.
Bonus lore drop, by the way, for people looking visually. My phone, I have a Frost Hex as my in the back of my phone case. So
That's awesome.
if you downshifted that to a rare, this is a card that's near and dear to my heart. So yeah, that would definitely make me happy.
I don't know. It's just like I want to see. There's so many cards that are Majestic that like you could downgrade to rare, and it would just be like the funnest experience ever.
Mhm.
Not Oakenold, but like some other cards.
Yeah, that was the first thing I wanted in, of course.
I was
Uh-huh.
like, man, I don't. Was anybody thinking
dude,
that? I mean, I
Dude,
wasn't.
give me Bank Buster. Give me that max card Bank
Yeah.
Buster. That'd be sick.
Oh, Bank Breaker?
Oh, Bank Breaker, that was it.
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. Let the judge promos be
All
worth
the
like
max cards. Who
$5.
gives a shit?
okay. How about Encase? Would you guys be okay with like an Encase downgrade? I love that card.
Yeah.
You just want to play Icelander,
Icelander
man.
cards?
That's also
what
I
I'm
see where this
hearing.
bias is coming from.
Also, what I'm hearing, but
Yeah.
I think they need
Yeah.
to do something like that to support Icelander because Waning Moon is banned and they want, like, that's like the face of Silver Age. Just all the marketing is Icelander.
Okay. If you go to the website and you look up Pin right now, they have the Icelander, and if you scroll on it, it's still playing Crucible. And I was like, oh my god, no. I was shook.
That's such like a flavor fail too. I can't imagine Icy Icelander holding like this fire stick.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
Like they're
I was
like
shook. Because I thought there would be like a rare weapon in there, or like a common weapon for the Sage deck has Crucible.
Gross.
I had my hands on my head. I was crying. My wife had to make sure I was okay that night. She's like, "Are you okay,
I
sweetheart?" I was
know
like, "I
you
can't
felt
do
that
it."
way about Icelander. I mean, good grief.
Dude, I love Icelander. I thought Icelander and Dio were like the two perfect decks of Flesh and Blood. Like if I had like these are the perfection decks. But I've
That's
never played it.
interesting.
I've never played like 3 games of Dio in my life.
Who's
But like
still
I
digesting
was-
that sentence?
I was like, yeah. So that's definitely the look on my face. Dio and Icelander are the perfect Flesh and Blood decks. Is that what you said?
Yeah. I would die on this hill. I think those two. Okay, in DL Dash 2, I think Dash IO and Dash IE are both very well designed, and I love Icelander. Yep, those are the two.
And what versions of DO are you talking about?
I'm talking like Tempo with like the side package of Pistol. You know what they
no,
get?
I meant of DO. Like,
Oh,
do you mean
Dio?
like
Just stock, just stock.
LL reset?
No,
Okay,
just like
normal.
stock CC Dio. If I were to like show a new player a cool deck, I'm like, this would get you interested in the format. Here you go. Like
So current.
it's like my go.
Current CC Dio is what you mean by
Yeah.
that.
And then
Yeah,
like
that makes sense.
yeah, and then Michael Hamilton Icelander would just be like the deck to show anybody. You're like you play on both sides of the turn. You're a math deck. Like this is like the quintessential Flesh and Blood deck.
I mean, both of those decks kind of ask the opponent the question. I guess a lot of decks do these days, but the DO is like, do you know how to? They both ask the question of knowing how to manage playing on a different axis. I guess, like the DO axis is like, does my game plan matter at all, or do my cards just go
Yeah.
sideways and I try not to die? And then Icelander, yeah, it's like measuring similar to how Verdance is now, but also with the added aspect of, can I afford to keep a hand that plays on curve normally, or do I have to maybe not block with a card to insulate myself from a frostbite?
Yeah.
That was like that's such a cool cool mechanic that is so sad that it's gone now.
Okay,
Bring back ice.
just
bring it
no,
back.
just bring back Icelander. Just like oh,
Nah, bring it all back.
just be like, it was too good not to come back, and just like same hero text, everything, just a different last name or something, whatever you guys want to do. I was like, I think that'd be awesome. I think everybody would.
I remember the cool plays too of like thinking about whether you should lead on your Arsenal card, because if their Arsenal was a cold snap, then like you didn't want to have to pay the extra text. You just wanted to like start with that, or you had to like think about if they had a Winter's Bite or an Arctic Incarceration where it could be 2 Frostbites. Think about if it was a blue Ice Vein, which could help them trigger a chill on your turn. There's just like so much to think about as the opponent.
Yeah. 'Cause at the time I was playing Briar, and the card that was always in the back of my head was Hypothermia. Like they just blow my back out all the time. So you had to play a whole turns just thinking it's Hypothermia. Like, oh.
I was trying to just bring up cards that were commons and rares, so like bring it back down to Sage where you could get like that same feel. But yeah, the Majestics of CLF and Hypothermia were definitely just backbreaking no matter what.
What could they print? I mean, like, do you guys think that like? Oh no, I don't know, dude. There's nothing good. Oh, Channel Lake Frigid. Could we do Channel Lake Frigid in Sage?
Oh no.
Do you think the format could handle that stress?
No.
No? Okay. Can't say I didn't try. I'm trying, guys. I'm trying.
I think
Hey.
I think Channel's just too far. I think like just the Thalia tax is just too much.
Insidious Chill. Could the format handle Insidious Chill?
Are there other decks besides Icelander you want to help in Sage, or just Icelander you want to
Come
make
on.
good? Like I mean, no shade. I'm genuinely just curious at this point. Like, is it just that?
I really love Icelander. When Icelander is a good deck, the format feels awesome because she controls the fatigue deck, she controls the aggro decks. It becomes like a mid-range soupy deck where skills actually feels relevant in their matchups into Icelander, and the other matches, of course, are the same. It's like you can outpilot good Icelanders. It's hard, but you could, and that was like something that I kind of missed, was the ability of my sequencing matters 3 times more than it usually does, because she can just IP2 me if I make one misstep, if I don't play out my arsenal first, like he said, or I don't make my embodiment of lightning on the second non-attack action, blah blah blah. And so it's like I just miss Icelander. Insidious Chill though would be a good reprint.
The man dressed in red from head to toe is most certainly not going to agree with you, but
Listen, you're talking to someone who played the living crap out of Icelander. I loved Icelander. I played her the whole time she was in CC. Like, it's a great hero.
But
I mean,
I can hear the but.
No, there's all like we also had Belittle during that time. Like, we had multiple tools to combat Channel Lake Frigid at instant speed. Like the basic concept that the format is healthy when Icelander is like one of the better decks or the more fair decks. Like at a 30,000 foot view is a very, very good statement. But when you drill into that, we're talking about this being like the new player format. Instant speed Channel Lake Frigid, which is what you were just like trying to talk about, is something that like will drive players away. I met so many people who would not play the game because they got tired of getting blown out by not just a Frostbite, but Channel. All in the same, like all on one turn, because you drew 4 reds playing Briar or whatever it was during that meta. So like,
did you tell them to just put more blues in their deck?
Yeah. No, I try to have an empathetic approach when I'm trying to help new players learn the game. I try not to tailor them out of the game.
Oh, you know what they should downshift? Chase the tail.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I don't hate that one.
Wildfire. Okay. Fuck it.
All right.
All right.
Taylor's done.
It's enough takes from Taylor today.
Noah, what's a card you would downshift to make a rare for Sage?
I would say maybe some assassin card. I don't know what it would be right now, but I think assassin could use like one, not Bonds of Agony level card, but just like one card I think would be cool. Maybe Take Up the Mantle could be cool.
Kiss of Death would be pretty cool.
Given that, like, yeah, Kiss of Death, I guess when there's no Flick Knives, right, is definitely a lot worse. It could be cool.
Yeah, there's no Tarantula Toxin.
Especially because there's no Tarantula Toxin. Yeah, I just think some assassin card, because assassin is like pretty close to being good. It just like has basically no power cards. Maybe you could downshift one of like the bad codexes. Although that would probably make Azalea even better if you could play like Codex of Initial Azalea.
mm-mm.
Is leave no witnesses too much?
Yes.
It's way too good.
Yeah, what the
I already think they need to ban Snatch. Like, you can't put in Leave No
There are
Witness in the
so
game.
many good. There are like no good 4 blocks other than
But like
Guardians.
I mean, sure, but like you don't have to have 4 blocks to block it out. Like you just have to use your equipment wisely. It's 1 card and like a blade beckoner thing. Like I actually think this
Didn't
is
you-
It's not the
Wait,
only
wait
one.
just a minute.
There are going to be
Did
other
you
breakpoints.
Didn't you just make a whole argument how like you don't want to do feels bad for new players, but you're like, but leave no witness though. I mean, I'm just get outta
Codex
here,
of
dude.
Frailty, discard a card into Leave No Witnesses is what makes that feels bad for new players. Leave No Witnesses as a
Witnesses
card
is
is
just-
fine.
All right, downshift Codex of Frailty. Heard.
Leave No Witness is just like a little bit too strong as a card, but that's it. With how Sage is right now, I think it could exist because we already have Snatch, we already have a bunch of other 0-for-4s and like the Runeblade decks that are strong. So like you can have Leave No Witness, but I think the solution to that problem is actually just to ban more of the 0-for-4s, not introduce more busted ones.
So you would like the format to go away from cards like Snatch and like Ravenous Rabble and things like that. And
I would much rather have the game be more like Burn Up Shock, for example. I think is a much better card where it's powerful, just like Snatch, but there is, I think, more counterplay to the opponent from the POV of when you play Burn Up Shock, you have 1 less card in your hand, and they can just kind of assume that you're going to try to make it hit that turn. So I think that they can like cash in their equipment that turn. They can spend 4 blocks to like, if they have the Guardian ones like you were talking about, Taylor, or if they're an archetype that has some amount like Take Cover and Ranger or something like this, they can cover up the breakpoints and know that they're going to block out the Burn Up Shock if that's their plan, or they can just take the L, take the additional 4 damage. But I think it's much better than just presenting a deck where they're going 4-4-4-4 and potentially being able to end on a Snatch. I think that play pattern is much harder to counterplay as the opponent compared to Burn Up Shock.
Mm-hmm.
so, Noah, let's make it interesting. You said you'd like to ban
Okay.
multiple cards. Like,
Sure.
gun to your head, pick 3 cards to ban from Sage to try and fix the format. You only get 3 though.
Heroes count as cards.
No, has to be cards that can be played in your deck, not a hero,
Oh, if it can't be heroes, that's really tough.
and it can't be like
I would
equipment or
say-
arena cards either. It has to be like physical cards in the deck.
Yeah. Does this have to fix the format or just fix what I don't like about it?
Let's go towards fixing the format, and then I want to fix what you don't like about it.
Oh no. Definitely some card from Azalea has to get hit. I'm trying to think about what that would be. Taylor mentioned like Red Toxicity is bad, but that card just like is also just a fundamentally bad card, and I think it's a meme to ban it because it's actually not a good card.
Okay.
I would say probably, yeah, you said Read the Glide Path,
Yeah.
Sam. That could be one. Either Read the Glide Path or the Release the Tension, I think is what it's called. The one that says like you can't play D-Reaction Arsenal.
Yes.
Okay.
I would say like one of those two could be a decent hit. Yeah, Death Dealer is always like a potential hit, but I don't think that really fixes the problem. So yeah, I would say probably one of those 2 buffs. Yeah, I just already mentioned Snatch. I think that should get hit. And then I think Malefic Incantation should get hit. Because I think the problem with Chain, firstly, Malefic is kind of a card you can put in almost any Runeblade, and it's like almost always going to be worth 3, in addition to the fact that if you're only sending 1 Arcane at your opponent during a turn, it's kind of just like true damage. And there's additional synergies behind making auras and sending Arcane during a turn. And then for Chain, I think it's the biggest defender in doing the multiple Runegate turns, which are the most powerful turns of like you Runegate some attack while you have 2 Malefics on the board, you get 2 Chants on the back, you play Mauvrion Skies, you send in that thing, and you threaten to like Runegate a 3rd time if they let it hit, and then that's just like when it gets way out of control. So I would say Malefic is probably a card I would ban along with Snatch, and then yeah, one of those pumps from Azalea. The one that I think is my like probably doesn't need to be banned, but I would love if it got banned is Barraging Beatdown. Like the card completely sucks as well, but it just leads to so many feels bads. Now that Smell Fear is a card where you can just like Smell Fear, discard, intimidate them twice, barraging, attack for like 14 or 15 unblockable, and then your opponent just dies. That's a pretty toxic play pattern.
I like it.
But I mean, Rhinar is still bad, so it doesn't need to be hit to fix the format, but it's definitely like a super feels bad when that does happen.
Okay. Now, what cards would you like to see banned just because you don't like them?
Yeah, just barraging I think is one that I would just like to see banned because I don't like it, and probably more cards out of chain because I just don't like the games where my opponent just like hits on shackle 1 and hits on shackle 2 and then I'm completely cooked.
Yeah.
Those are not super fun games. I would like to see Reaping Blade also banned. This is another one that's completely irrelevant. It's been such like a meme that Reaping Blade I feel like existed for a super long time as just the trash weapon that no one cares about because there was almost always a better option. And then Charles played it in that beefy Briar deck. And then from then on, I feel like it's almost always had text as like actually being able to stop healing, or in the case of when you're playing Florian, stop your own healing. So yeah, I think that Reaping Blade is. I just would like to see a more interesting Runeblade weapon design for Sage, so that they don't have to play this Reaping Blade, where the additional text is actually just like eliminates a lot of the counterplay against chain. I feel where you could reasonably like play a deck that can heal up a decent amount and then help yourself survive the combo turn, but with Reaping Blade, that's just not a possibility. Okay, someone else talk.
I think those are fair. It'd be really neat to have like Nebula Blade back in the format or something like that.
So I
think that-
guess if we're gonna design a new Runeblade weapon, do you want it to be strictly better than Nebula Blade, or do you want it to be just good enough to where you have to think about playing Nebula Blade or this?
You mean Reaping?
No. Like
Or
if
you
we're
mean
getting
everything?
if we're
Okay.
getting rid of Reaping Blade, right?
Oh,
Like
okay,
in this like theoretical scenario, we're getting rid of Reaping Blade. Do we want it to just be like, oh, we're never gonna play Nebula Blade? Or is Nebula Blade just slightly better than this other weapon that we created where the 2 cost has to be considered to the 1 cost?
I think the thing about every Runeblade weapon is they all require you to go on a quest besides Reaping Blade. Like they're all trash unless you meet the conditions. Like even Galaxy Black, right? You have like Galaxy Black, Rosetta Thorn, Dusk Blade, Nebula Blade. They all like require you to do some kind of quest. What's the Florian one too? Rotwood Reaper.
Yep.
Starfall even, right? Basically every single Runeblade weapon requires you to complete a quest. And then there's the outlier in Reaping Blade.
And then you just have
So I
Titan
think
Fist.
if they yeah, nice and simple. So yeah, I think if you just made another like nice and simple option where it's just decent rate as a weapon, no quest required. I don't think it has to be better than the high of Nebula Blade, but it's just something different than Reaping Blade, and then they can ban Reaping Blade would be cool.
I like that. The change for Reaping Blades are interesting. Mix it up. While you're at it, give us something better than Titan's Fist, please. Asking for a friend.
Better than Titan's Fist?
Yeah. Just straight up 3 for 4.
Winner's Well did nothing wrong.
I do think that
Yeah.
I think that card could be unbanned in CC right now.
I was gonna say like I would sub Jarl to the. You can hold me to this. If they unban Winner's Whale, I'll sub Jarl to a tournament for sure.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, me too.
That,
oh god, yeah.
It would be so nice, man.
That's been like one of those cards that like I'm like this card could probably be unbanned, and I think it would be a net positive for the format. But I don't want to say that because like I don't want it to be unbanned, and then it's like this is awful. I'm like, oh, that was my fault. Like, oh,
You mean
I
like
cursed
how
us.
we can just say that we want things banned in Sage and it'll happen?
Yeah, manifest it.
Okay, I tried.
It's still crazy to me that we're all gonna vote on what heroes get to stay and what go. Like,
Not a fan.
Oh yeah, I forgot you were being serious. I thought you were just joking. Yeah, we actually do just get
Yeah.
to straight up vote out.
Yeah, it's like
gigantic swaths of the card pool. Yeah, you're right.
yeah.
Yeah,
I guess
like-
I could just literally ban Chain. Who cares about Malefic? Whatever. Just get the whole hero out of
Yeah,
here.
I
that's
feel like
like
Chain is the first one gone.
Chain,
Oh yeah, no.
Oldham, and probably Azalea would be my 3 picks.
And probably Zelia. Yeah.
Yeah, those are the 3 like both strong and toxic heroes. I think.
I think Oldham's good. He's not like S tier, but like his play pattern is so awful. It's just
Yeah.
like I don't want to do this.
It's okay, man. Awful is a state of mind. It's not that awful. Like, it just makes the game simple. I like that.
You have to be this
Crazy.
tall to ride the ride.
Yeah.
I'm Team Noah. Push
Yeah,
Oldham.
thank you.
I'm here for it.
Let's go.
Oldham's awesome, dude. Bring
The
it back.
Guardian
Yeah.
guy wants Oldham to stay.
Crazy. Speaking
I
of
think that-
Guardians, I think I'm going to play Victor at a local tournament coming up this next week.
You better not say that. Some of your locals are going to watch and pack remembrances for you.
That's okay. Bring it on. It does like we're playing for a wrestling belt. I'm just hoping I win so that I can hang the wrestling belt up in the background of my
Oh.
stream.
Oh,
That's a
I
classic. I love that.
have to come snipe it now.
Oh, dude, come on! You can stay at my house.
Oh wait, is it actually open, or do I have to go back home or something?
Oh, I don't know. Are you going to have to win something?
I wouldn't know.
Yeah. You walked into that one.
You only let winners in your house, man? He gets second place.
right,
He's
so-
kicked to the curb.
So Noah doesn't listen to the podcast. Just become very clear to me. He has not listened to mine and Taylor's back and forth about me not staying at
No,
Taylor's
I
house.
listened to it. The problem is, it went too long. I remember there was something about you didn't want to drive 3.5 hours, and then you yelled, and then you yelled, and then you yelled. I didn't hear any of the words. There was just a lot of yelling. I was vibing with the emotion, but I don't remember.
I was
any of the
vibing
details.
with
I'm
the
sorry.
emotion. I love
Oh,
that.
yeah?
Yeah.
That's pretty much this whole podcast is just vibing with the emotion.
Honestly,
So
though.
we all drove over to Star City Games. Well, all me and Zach, and Taylor went to a different PQ. Zach won our PQ, and he said, "All right, I'm not driving to Taylor's house because we're all going to stay at Taylor's house, and the next day go to PQ together." Zach's like, "I won one. I'm out." And that's how it all started.
So
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
here's
go
the
ahead.
part
More of a
that
gag.
they're leaving out is that I was going to have to drive 2.5 hours to Taylor's house after the ProQuest, and then 3.5
Yeah, I remember
hours
this
home
detail.
on Sunday, like,
Yeah.
or
Yeah,
just
nothing.
2.5 hours home. So I went home.
Yeah. This is the part I remembered. I just forgot about you winning. It was something about like your run being completely fake, or like
Oh.
you didn't face any real opponents, or something like this.
Yeah,
I just blotted out of my memory.
Exactly. No, summed
Oh,
it up
man.
perfectly.
Do you think they could like? One thing about Sage that's kind of bothered me is that a lot of the heroes are majestic in Blitz, and the young heroes are majestics. Are there certain heroes you think could go to Sage that would be positive additions to the format, or do you think
When
that?
you say a lot, how many are you talking about?
I mean, there's Blaze, there's Data Doll, Shiana, New Prism, but she doesn't have the figments, but they could fix that if they wanted to.
Emperor's not in there either now.
So there's like 4 or 5 that are actually like
and
real heroes.
Yoji.
Oh yeah, Yoji
Yeah,
would be offending with
real
that 4
heroes.
block right there. Melody, I mean, like, don't you want Melody?
I mean, I want that because then my opponent might register it for the tournament.
There's
Isn't
no-
the
Yeah, but put her in the format for
the
sure.
professor, is that playable?
He's
Probably not,
majestic,
It's
right?
like a majestic as well.
Yeah.
but dude, he's sick.
I don't think if you put any of these heroes in that they would change anything besides Blaze, of course. Because what is this Shiana gonna do? There's like no specializations that are even legal besides
Shut up,
like
man.
Wrath.
Let me have it, dude. I think Data
I'll
Doll.
Wrath. My opponent will pick it up and read it. Be like, okay, you did 2 card 3, and your weapon is Flail of Agony, so it doesn't even work. Okay, seems powerful.
I think Data Doll could be pretty sick, actually.
Why are you saying Data Doll like Data Doll's not playable?
Wait, is Data Doll playable?
Yeah, it's only a rare.
I'm gonna shut up.
The M is in the name. It's MK2. It's not M at the bottom.
Oh,
It's
my
R.
bad. Oh, I was looking at
Yeah.
it, but my bad.
Yeah. It's an easy mistake. It's understandable.
It happens. It happens.
Aren't a lot of the good items M's? Like, she doesn't really get anything, right?
I guess you get like pen
Boom grenade?
script, the other like overload script, I think, the one that buffs your first attack.
Backup protocol,
Yeah, the backups.
monocle. I mean,
Wow.
Grenades.
yeah.
All the grenades.
Yeah, this is all very impressive. Yes.
No, Noah gets it. I feel like this
Yeah.
is like Team Noah and Zach versus like Team Taylor and Sam tonight. Except
No.
Noah's just carrying me around tonight, and I'm just like, yeah, get him, dude.
Nice.
I mean, I'm not saying the deck was crazy. You just asked me what items go in there.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
just like
Yeah, fair.
I don't know. None of them were like because even the data doll spec is an M, right? Like you can't even
Yeah, it
play
is.
the
Yeah.
So we could just play Dash Database, is what I'm hearing. Is what it sounds like.
People,
Probably.
you guys just hate fun. That's what I realized. This is just an anti-fun podcast.
Right. Yeah. That's coming from the
Yes.
guy who, like, every time we're like, hey, Taylor, how's anything but CC? You're like, it sucks. I hate everything. Dog, get out of here with that.
Yeah.
Sorry for speaking my truth. Okay, I'm sorry. Trying to
No, you
bully
don't get
me.
to have both sides of the coin. You can't call us anti-fun and then say everything sucks. You gotta pick a lane, bro.
I'm good.
I also think fun is just like if I'm flying to go to play in a tournament, the most fun is getting the email from LSS that says, "Hey, make sure your bank information is correct," and then seeing the bank balance increase. That's like the most fun.
I mean, facts though.
It's very fun.
They send it to
There's
you in
obviously
the
some
email?
fun.
Shit.
There's some fun involved in playing the games for sure. But like, I don't know if we're talking about like professional tournaments, it's like I'm there to do well.
The fun is winning. Like, and I hate to sound like that.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, dinners and all the cool things, it's a great time and we all enjoy it. But when you go to Worlds, you're there to see $100,000 deposited into your bank account. Like,
Yeah, and like, yeah, we're talking about Sage is going to be legal at the next Pro Tour, right? So I'm already adopting that mindset of like, I'm preparing for Sage as though it's a Pro Tour format.
right,
It's not just like something to do for fun.
for sure.
The winners well unban.
Or we're back to this.
Nice.
In CC?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what we need to do. Don't ban anything in the format, but if you want to mix it up, unban winners whale. Boom. Huge change.
That actually would be sick. Oh, that would be so nice, honestly. If they just like unban Winner's Whale, just force Syndra to play their deck entirely different. Like you can't just play Redline Syndra if Winner's Whale exists and Jarl's a real deck.
Yeah.
Like actually, if you literally want to be nice to whoever types out the updates to the ban list, just like unban Winner's Whale and then boom, like already like a pretty big change, I think.
I mean,
all right, LSS has got our idea. It's in time for the December
Wait,
update.
Hold on. While we're here, can you unban bonds of ancestry like yellow? I mean, while we're here, I might as well just ask for it.
If we're banning whale, let's do it. All right, I'm in.
Okay, thank you.
Would you prefer the yellow or the blue, actually?
Yellow. The people always go, well, with links you could grab off the blue, and that's like no, that's you did like once every like 30 games when like really relevant line came up, but usually you just grab Salt the Wound and just kick their face in, or
kick their face in. I see. I'm taking notes.
I mean,
or
now
tenacity.
it's so different now though, because you'd be grabbing like retrace, so you could fluster them for a trillion instead.
Yeah.
Hmm.
You get the fluster
I
off
get
of
retrace
bond.
like so often instead in that deck now.
Maybe Winner's Well banned, unbanned.
I mean, I would personally like to see Winter's Well unbanned, but that's just because like I'm a Guardian stan and I want to play Guardian at every turn that I can. I'd like to tell you that I should have played Guardian at Worlds, but I played 4 Verdants day 1 of CC, so like playing Guardian would have just been worse for me than it already was.
Question: how was Lias matchup in the Verdants? Can you actively fatigue them?
I mean,
like, I don't know.
The pot combo was like always like your problem that you had, but I mean you were just able to play like AB3 or like whatever and Tunic, and I guess like we never really played Skullcap because we were gaining a bunch of life and just blocking. So like Skullcap was never really on. It was fine. Like you could do the thing and like what's is it Steadfast? Is that the one that's not
Steadfast is the 3-for-6 prevention?
You were on Oasis Respites and you were on Steadfast, so I mean you had multiple things to block like Burn Bears and like Lot Up the Leaves or like big combo hits like late in the game. Like you had multiple things to do. You
Sounds
still
like,
had the
you could win that matchup
problem.
if you just put Amulet of Echoes in your deck then, right?
Yeah. I have something I never tested, but you probably could, to be honest. Like Amulet probably could get you over the hill or force them to be awkward enough to get you over the hill, buy you enough time. Because like the biggest problem I ran into was the evasion. You never had the evasion to like kill them because Verdance just blocks everything so effectively that even when you did throw cut a long story short, whatever the big one that makes them discard their hand, even when you threw that at
Yes.
them, they were still just like, oh well, here's 4 cards, or I'll do this and then gain some life, or whatever. Like it was never enough to like close the door. You just always lacked that evasion.
Yeah. Talking about Lyeth, we just were watching the calling today, and we had a pretty deep run by a friend of the podcast, Jason
Yes.
Rolfe. He went 6-1 on Lyeth. How many Amulet of Echoes is he on? You think?
Honestly, he might.
I'll say 2.
I could see one in the sideboard. Acilio seems like it could be a tricky matchup. I could see like a Miser's one of in the side.
Noah thinks 2.
Yeah.
Sam, what do you think?
I don't think there's any in there. But we're gonna find out.
Then I'll say 3, just so we can have the whole
I'm one of
spectrum.
Somebody's
Very
got to
good,
be
yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Somebody
somebody's gotta
has
be
to
right.
be correct.
You know what? He could have made a mistake when he entered his deck list and he put 4 in, and
Yeah.
he gets DQ'd tomorrow, and then we have a whole nother story.
Taylor just magically cuts this part out of the episode after we
Yeah.
find out there was 4.
Yeah.
We're never talking
You're
about
the
this
worst
ever
jokes.
again.
Amazing. I love that.
I guess when this goes live, you should know, right? The deck lists go live on
Yeah.
Monday. So
And all the Acilios are doing well, so if he has it in his deck, surely it'll be flashy if he gets to resolve it against an Acilio, or at
All
least
3
makes
of
them
them?
sweat, you know?
I was hopefully he's on stream again tomorrow, because honestly I would love to
Yeah.
see another Lyeth game. I did go back and watch every game today, and I have to say the Lyeth game was the game that I was by far the most like sucked in, like pulled to the screen watching. Everything else I was kind of just like
You don't
listening
say.
to. I mean, listen. Like I always go back and like listen or watch the events because I like to, know what happened and hear the coverage. I always like, Ethan and the coverage team, like they always do such a good job, and I always love watching everything. But there are just some matches that like honestly, I hate to say like this, I just don't give a shit about. I'm like, I don't care who wins. This is like the Huntsman Mario game.
Oh,
Like,
that one was lit though.
Dude, that was a great game.
Yeah,
That was a
no,
banger.
it was a great game, and I kept seeing everybody blow up about it, and so I pulled it up and I watched it. I could have had a sandwich and a nap, and I would have had the same feeling about my day. Like I
That's
I don't.
crazy.
It's not. I don't know. Like there are just certain things in Flesh and Blood that just don't appeal to me when I'm watching it, and I don't know. Huntsman is just. It's like
So-
everybody else's Oldham. How everybody hates Oldham back in the day. I just hate Huntsman. I don't know what it is. I just don't like it.
This I can't reconcile this opinion with I want to play Fatigue Jarl at Worlds like 2 months ago.
Fatigue Jarl and Huntsman are not the same thing. Not even remotely, in my opinion.
Huntsman's a lot cooler.
Disagree.
I'm just like,
But
Huntsman's like this cool. It's like,
disagree. But
Dude,
If
that
you
dude's
wanna
husband
look-
deck was crazy. It was pummeling it.
Oh, that's insane.
that is
It
kind
had
of
2
cool.
pummels, I'm pretty sure.
I do like that. That speaks.
he
To me.
was cooking. He was
Yeah,
cooking.
that speaks to me.
If you want something to look forward to, Zach, when you're watching Huntsman, you can think about what the Huntsman player is doing. So that way you like take notes of when you play against them in the future. Like, how did they look at the top card of the deck? Were they happy when it was a good card that like they left it on top, or like did they bottom it with the quickness if it was a good card? Like you can build the Huntsman player profile in your head of like what they like to do, and then that can help you out.
That actually does sound pretty fun. Well, now I'm going to go back and watch the Huntsman game while I'm laying in bed tonight, and I'm going to start working on this because Noah's given me a fun mini game to like work on.
I find actually, now that we're talking about all this stuff, that I have all these mini games that are going on in my head when I'm playing the game, and I think that's what helps me not get bored, or like what helps me like stay focused on the game, is I'm just finding these like other aspects of the game when my opponent's thinking, or like I already know what I'm gonna do, and I'm waiting for some like random element to happen, or just like the natural process of like my opponent searched a card, they're shuffling. I'm just thinking about these kind of things in my head to help me stay engaged in the game in other ways than just physically putting the cards from here to here.
So, do you have one of those that you would offer to players who are trying to improve, or maybe players who like lack a little bit of an attention span? Like, what's what's a mini game that you think other people might be able to incorporate into their matches that might help them stay focused better?
I think one is just being attentive of the pitch zone, the graveyard, basically any face-up information you have that on subsequent turns later becomes harder for you to access. In the case of the pitch zone, right? You can't just like ask your opponent, what did you pitch 4 turns ago? So just like keeping in mind, like, okay, what kind of cards did they pitch? You don't have to memorize the exact order, but just note the types of cards that they're pitching, and a mini game that you can develop based on what they're pitching, what they're blocking with, what they're attacking with, is just like, what is their arsenal right now? Like, just have a running tally in your head of like every time your opponent has an arsenal or they have one card left in their hand, you don't know if they're going to play it or arsenal it. Just like in your mind, try to think about, based on what actions they've taken so far, what that card would be to arsenal. I think that's like a pretty easy to incorporate mini game of just like, what do I think their arsenal is? And then once they do reveal it, be like, oh, okay, let me take that knowledge I have now of, okay, here's your arsenal, and use that to reframe what I remember before. And then now it's like you're machine learning, like you're building upon the knowledge of like, okay, I see now that it makes sense you could have had this as your arsenal. And then sometimes you also have like you're totally taken aback of like, I had no idea you had this in your arsenal. Like all the signs led towards it being something else. And then that also makes the game kind of engaging.
I like that. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we danced around it for a little bit.
Found a
Somebody say
we found
something.
a part to cut out. Nice.
Honestly, I love the silence because the first time it happened, Noah went, somebody else say something. And I was like, oh yeah, the silence kills him. And so now every time
oh no, I can't, dude, I can't stand it, man.
I keep looking at Taylor and I'm like, go ahead, Taylor, you say something. I won't break. I know somebody else will before I do.
I'm incredibly weak, dude. I can't like I got about 3 seconds in me. After 3 seconds, I'm like, nope, that's enough. I
can hold here for a minute.
Oh, I could do it forever in real life. I'll just sit there and stare at you in the face and not say anything. But I'm conscious of the viewers.
Exactly.
They gotta have some entertainment.
But like, I want the viewers to like, while they're driving, have to look down and make sure that the podcast is still going. Be like, what was that?
Is it buffering?
You're promoting accidents, man? Come on.
Dude, I was telling one of my locals how you like to chop the end of the podcast off so that like there's no like actual ending and people have to like check their phones to see if it's still going or not. They were like, what is this sick son of a bitch doing?
I know that he can't, but it would be amazing if Taylor cut it off right when you said, I like when Taylor, and just like how it cuts off, like right there. Like just nothing else. It'd be amazing.
He's gonna chop this to the end.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It would be awesome.
I love the idea though that we record for like an hour and a half, but it comes out as like 45 minutes, and you guys are like, what the hell happened here? Like, I found the moment I wanted to chop it, so I just like decided that was it.
That would be good.
Well, according to Sam, it's actually 6 hours and 45 minutes.
Oh, well, that is true. Oh man, so
dancing around like a little bit with the CC meta, and with Calling Valencia happening this morning, it was a pretty wide meta game, I would say. Again, we see like Syndra like far and away the best deck, and then like a ton of decks around that like 20 mark. Do you guys think that this meta is A, healthy, B, do we need any bans?
Okay.
Or unbans?
I've been doing a lot of pioneering on Twitter this week about this meta. And I firmly believe the meta is actually healthy, but stale. And that's something that I'm trying to like tell people. Like the meta itself, I think, is like a heavy hitters. Like in my mind, it's probably a top 2 or top 3 best meta I've ever played in. I think it's still slightly evolving. People are now finding out that Mario is a good answer to Syndra, so forth and so on. The meta is evolving slowly, but it is creeping and it is evolving. But I do believe, though, it is stale because we've had the same best decks for a little too long. And that's why I do want like a BNR to kind of shake some things up. And they can kind of like just go, hey, this is a pre-pin band or something like that. Like unban talk a big game. That'd be dope. Or win as well as we talked earlier.
I don't know about that one, boss.
Buddy, if Pleiades becomes a playable hero, that'd be cool.
Well, Well, it's not that it would become playable. It's that the way you would play it would be really cringe.
Well, at least people would be playing it. So that's like,
Is that really a net positive? Like
um,
people can all just line up and play Riptide. Is that a good thing?
yeah, I mean, I like Riptide. That's a really bad analogy, man.
You know, all we had to do was wait them out. Now they're turning on each other. Our team is so victorious right now. It's crazy.
But I do think that the meta is very healthy. It is a little Syndra heavy. Like if you look at the top, if you look at all X and ones, 25% of them are Syndra, which is an insane stat.
That's wild.
But yeah, but Ethan's doing a great job of keeping coverage fun, putting on like the heroes that we don't see as often. Because I assume towards a later day tomorrow, it's going to be a lot of Syndra towards like rounds like 10, 11 to top 8. But as of right now, I do like the meta. I think the meta is like, how do I have a game plan for Syndra? Do I have a game plan for Gravy Bones? And do I have a game plan for Verdance? And then you can bring a deck. Is it a specialist meta? I don't really know, but it is really good though.
Yeah. You said you've been active on Twitter, Taylor.
Yeah.
Did you notice James White's War and Peace tweet of a singular word, this?
Oh, dude. Oh, dude.
What do you think he meant by that?
Dude, that had me rolling. Dude, we've been talking about that all like last couple of days. It's like,
For those who are unaware,
okay, that's unaware. Guy comes out and starts talking about how the meta is stale, and then James just puts this about wanting bans or a shakeup for RTN season. And I read that and I was like, doesn't he own the game? Like he can make this happen. I don't understand why he's like, oh, this is a good. Just you could do that.
is he like sneak this in his development team?
Maybe he meant to like post that internally of like, hey devs, this is what I was talking about, but he accidentally like clicked post publicly.
I like the idea. He's actually got like a burner account, and he just like
Yeah,
he goes on Twitter and just like likes stuff and like talks to people.
Mm-hmm.
But dude, he said this though, and I was cracking up, dude. I was like, that's a banger tweet. Oh, this one. Yeah. Zach,
That is
what's your
interesting, that is
opinion on the
interesting.
meta?
You say Zach or Sam?
He says that.
Whichever one wants to talk. I don't care.
All right, cool. I mean, listen, I'll talk. I'll start talking anytime. That's my problem. I mean, I like the meta right now. Like I like the balancing act that we're playing, and I know that Syndra is a step above everything else, but like I think you hit it pretty head on. You know, like a small ban in some capacity on at least Syndra, I would say, to like mix up the meta would make it very interesting. Like I don't know, like I feel like, and I've said this before, and I know I get hate for this every time I say it, but like Syndra is like the worst best deck in the format, like that, like I think we might have ever have had, and I think you solve this problem by making Gravy and Verdance, like you knock them down a small peg so that all of the decks that prey on Syndra are able to prey on Syndra effectively. And like I'm sure I'm echoing somebody's sentiment. I'm sure I'm not the first person to say that. I'm not trying to like claim. I probably heard it somewhere, and in the back of my mind, I was like, "Yeah, that's a great thing." And so now I'm regurgitating it on the podcast. But like I think that's the best way to deal with this problem. You give Syndra a small tap, you give Verdance probably a little bit of a heavier one, and then you give Gravy some kind of small something in some capacity, and you let the decks that prey on Syndra prey on Syndra.
So Syndra's the best deck, so you want to ban Verdance?
Sure. That's what you took away from what I said? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
What if we
That's how I
made Suave
interpreted
and
that.
Zarakai?
Too long, didn't watch. Zach thinks Cinder is too good. Ban something for Verdance right there. Like, unfortunately,
Yeah,
I
that's
what it felt like
it's
to me. It
not
was
right
like-
this
I
time.
waited an hour and 9 minutes to give you this. Taylor can just throw it at the beginning of the episode so that everybody else could not watch if they would like to.
I was trying to follow the logic.
I
so
don't
what-
know, like the decks that prey on Syndra, I feel like get preyed on by Verdance or Gravy Bones in some capacity. Like I think that like Jarl and Victor are good like counter picks to Syndra, but they just like they get bullied by Gravy Bones or Verdants. And I feel like there are other like good like disruptive decks. Like I feel like Mario probably has a tough time with Verdants. I don't know a lot about that matchup, but that would be my initial take on it. That like it's at least Verdant's favored is what I would say, if I had to guess. So I think that you need to make those decks a little bit slower or a little bit like less high ceiling so that the other decks can naturally prey on Syndra.
So what if you ban Claw of Inserakai, Healing Potion, and Chart? And now, instead of just bringing Mario forward, you bring Florian back into the meta, and that kind of stat checks Mario.
I don't think Claw is enough. I also don't think Claw solves the problem. Like Florian can beat Syndra without Claw on the board. Like Claw is like, like a good Valiant Dynamos piece, but at the end of the day, that's not the answer to winning the game. Like Rune Chants is not what's going to win Florian the game. Felling of the Crown is Felling is going to win Florian the game. I do like the potions and the chart hit, but I don't think you're doing enough to Syndra if you hit Claw of Inserakai.
I think Ellie said this, I believe. So I'm going to give her the credit. Ellie said, instead of a ban, why don't you just errata or fix the Mask of Momentum Flick Knives interaction?
Yeah. To be fair, we're due for LSS just changing the rules out of the blue. They do it very often, so.
Yeah.
She'd be in 5 purgatory if they did that, right? She'd be like stuck at 700 the rest of her life.
Would she though? I mean, like.
So Flick Knife still gives you incidental value over the course of the game. Like you're still able to like use the resources off Vest. You're still able to just like leak damage that people will. A lot of decks will struggle to block in other specific ways. Not always, like like Verdance has mental block and things like that. But a lot of decks like only have Shelter as an answer. So I think that if you fix that interaction, you're now pushing Syndra to play Mask of the Pouncing Lynx, which just makes it like Ellie's Phi deck from Worlds, except it's like a little bit more like 0 for 4-ish as opposed to like throwing Emberblade and Heavy Blue every turn. And so you're making the deck. I don't know. I like that. I actually think that's a great, and Syndra's still very good in my opinion.
When you say fix, do you mean errata the Mask of Momentum itself to be like requiring an attack to hit?
Yep.
I see. So like any design space moving forward of like like Throw Dagger would be kind of trash now, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I guess if you do that, Throw Dagger becomes just like a blue trade walk.
I think it's extremely unlikely because they would have to actually issue an errata for that, and they already got so much flack from collectors for banning stuff like Art of War that I doubt they're gonna errata an iconic card like Mask of Momentum. So a bit of a fairy tale land, but would be cool.
Yeah, I just thought it was an interesting. Like I read that and I was like, I think that's the first time I've read that take. 10 out of 10.
Mm-hmm. It is really neat. I think to Noah's point, it's more likely they hit something like Display Loyalty or something like that.
I think so.
You showed like slowing down the fealty generation. I think I've said this in the past, like that, like the fealty generation is one of the biggest pieces that you could hit that would like really take some like, wind from the sails.
I like it. I don't know. So for Gravy, you think Chart is a good hit?
Chart or Swell, probably. Chart's probably better.
Swell is completely useless. Chart is insane. Like you play Chart, and then sometimes the resolution of Chart just wins you the game. Whereas like Swell resolving, it just gives you like 1 to 3 free damage. Like if you think about what actually happens when you cast Swell, all you're doing is getting a little bit of chip damage. You're not actually like doing anything, right? Because like Swell plus the card you pitch to play Swell could have just been the 2 blues in your pitch zone, right? So all it actually did was like get a little bit of damage. Whereas when you play Chart, it's getting you a whole additional card into your hand if you hit an ally. Not in your hand literally, but you know what I mean? It's like it's putting an ally in your bin and you're making a gold while still maintaining the card. So like Swell is basically just like 3 damage. Whereas assuming you're talking about the red Swell, right?
Yeah.
Or the blue Swell is just 1 damage. It's not actually like drawing you positive cards, whereas the chart is just, if it hits any sort of allies, it's drawing you cards. Like, it's pot of greed.
Blue swell is, I think, also pretty important for the leyline interaction. You kind of run low on them in fatigue matchups. You're recycling them with Scoob, so it does hurt that as well. Makes you have to work a little bit harder again for fatigue. But otherwise, yeah, the chart is a lot more impactful in most games.
So maybe I'm taking what you said too literally, Noah, but I don't know that I completely agree with saying that like blue swell is just useless. I don't know if that's exact word you used, but you started that by like basically like saying that like
Oh, I said exactly that.
Okay, yeah,
You-
so, like,
obviously being inflammatory on
Yeah,
purpose, sure it's useful, but
That was yeah, Chief was like, we're cheating resources. I was like, I don't think it's useless, but I mean, obviously, like chart is the more impactful hit, but I think
like blue. When I say useless, let me explain more.
Okay, go ahead.
One sec. You could come out my neck in a sec. What I mean by saying it's useless is like, if we're just talking about the vacuum of Flesh and Blood being played, when I have a blue swell and I pitch a blue to cast it, I go from 6 floating in theory, right? Imagine I was to pitch the 2 blues. I go from 6 floating to 5 floating and 1 damage. So it's still like 6 no matter how you slice it. It's only effective because you have to cast 1 blue. So if you're ever playing blue swell and like Sam said, you're not playing the ley line, or you're casting another blue that turn, it's actually like not a good play at all. This is what I meant by it's useless. Whereas chart, even if you're playing other blues that turn, it's still a strong card because it's just pot of greed, if not more.
Okay, so I guess if we're gonna
This is what I meant.
if we're gonna take away the rest of the considerations of the deck and the game state and everything else, then yeah, sure, it's useless.
No, I'm saying it's just like, it's only good if it's the only blue you play that turn, you hit on it, and that's it. Yeah, it basically just has to be the only blue you play that turn. If it's not the only blue you play that turn, or it's not a prismatic leyline turn, it's not actually good. Or I guess it comes from your arsenal and like it's pseudo mana from your arsenal into your hand.
Yeah,
Is like a niche benefit.
Sure.
That's the same thing the chart does. So yeah.
I was just thinking that hitting chart might be too much, was kind of my thought process, and that maybe swell might be a better hit because you are still taking away some of the like resource manipulation off the top of the deck, but you're like I don't know, like chart just seems like
But when you hit chart, yeah, it has to be a big hit. Like, I think you have to hit chart because chart also incidentally stops future gold off of hooks. Like, it means like you don't get 2 to 3 gold that turn because you don't have the chart. I think that's like one of the biggest gravy issues of how he can snowball games and kind of just make the game go out of control where the opponent has no chance of coming back, is when he gets the fat gold stack. And chart is, I think, one of like the bigger enablers of this, because then you're able to send your hook on like a big attack where now if they have to give you multiple cards to answer it, then they're not coming back to your board, typical ally stuff. So I think reducing the ability for gravy players to just free roll the hook instead of having to be real gamers, Taylor knows, of Marlin, where you're like, oh, I'm sending it for 13 overpower. Is it worth clicking the hook or no? Like, I wish gravy players had to think like this. Like, they had to actually think about dry hooking as opposed to just, oh yeah, of course I made gold. My deck's broken.
I was going to go the completely opposite direction and just be
okay.
like, no, the completely opposite direction of map, and unban like yellow tipples and just ban chum, which I think is my problem child. But like, I just think that like, because chum allows you to just have certain matchups in which you're just unlosable into, it feels like, and just having that like barrier gone, I feel like just opens up like gravy just losing to goober decks again.
You gotta give back more than just yellow tipple, I think, if you want to make that trade.
Okay, you can have yellow tipple and 1 red. It's restricted.
Just 1 red, dude. You might as well just build their deck for him, dude. You're like, all right, you have to play exactly 7 tipple. You have to play, like, come on, man.
It's just a thought. Like maybe for this BNR, we should go the other route and just look at, like, as we talked about earlier, just an unbanning BNR. Just like, hey, we're gonna try this out for RTN and just unban like 4 cards, and like one was just Awakening or something. Like, make your all good for like 1 season.
One of them
As well as
Awakening.
Oh my god! Hold on. Hold on.
Oh, look, man, look, I'm trying to get fun, because like what they could do though is they could be like, okay, this RTN is going to be a crazy one. These are the crazy unbannings. We're unbanning Ball Lightning, Belittle, Winter's Whale, and we're gonna see what stays for the ProQuest season. It's like, I don't know.
That's
I think that'd be fun.
insanity.
I think that'd be fun.
Why,
Just
like,
have like a
why
wacky
not just make
season.
RTN season LL? Like, what?
Oh, we
I
don't
think
talk about
Taylor's
that.
trying to convert us to a Riftbound podcast by getting LSS to kill the game, is what it sounds like he's doing, so that we'll have other things to talk about.
No. Let me explain. It's because like we play so much Flesh and Blood that we always want things, moving and evolving, which is more than like the average player usually wants. Because we're so enfranchised, we play so many games, we're so aware of the meta. So I understand that my point of view can sometimes be a little skewed towards that. I always want something to be happening when in reality it probably shouldn't be. So that's where like some of my opinions come from, is that like I always want, that movement happening, and like when it starts getting stale, it gets stale for multiple months. And I'm just trying to avoid that. But like it is completely incorrect to do what I'm saying. But it'd be fun. That's all that matters to me. It's just like I want to have fun.
I feel like you wouldn't have fun. I feel like that'd be miserable
For who?
for everyone playing.
Dude, I'd be having to be talking about it. That'd be so much fun.
Oh, I can't wait for Jarl to Awakening pulverize me.
Well, that means that they're losing. That's awesome.
Not anymore, they're not.
I really don't think it would be as good as you think, because they would like be like strapped into like Rampart. They'd still just no. I no. We can test this week. How about that? We'll sit down and we'll play some
I'm gonna
games.
waste
Yeah,
my
there you go.
time testing 3 Awakening Jarl.
You're gonna draw and be like, oh, I wish this card blocked. I'm like, I told you.
That'd be great. This card doesn't block. Now I'll go down 6 life, and now it's free.
Man, I'm just trying to have fun. God, it's so hard around here, dude.
I don't know what Taylor's obsession with fun is this week on the podcast, but he's really hit this like we need to be having fun like thing. Like Taylor must have been playing. Taylor's playing a lot of Blitz, preparing for last skirmish season. Is what's happening. So he's trying to get everybody to have fun.
I'm
Blitz
playing a lot of Riftbound.
is fun.
Oh, I've been testing Riftbound, playing Flesh and Blood, and now I've realized what the difference between the two games are. It's like Flesh and Blood's like super serious. I want to have a like Flesh and Blood like, and Riftbound's like fun. I'm like playing casually. I go to my armory. I'm like sweating it out. And like round 3 against Hobo Joe. I'm like, oh dude, I have to beat you this round, dude. I have to get my 2 gym packs.
I definitely
Bro, it'd
feel
be
a
the same
compulsion.
thing.
I definitely feel a compulsion when I play Fab of like, I notice if it's either like myself or my opponent just makes a mistake, because usually the mistakes in math regarding just like you could have got 4 out of your card versus 3 or 3 versus 2, this kind of thing, are like pretty face up on the table. And I just feel like a compulsion in Fab to be like, oh, like I missed this point, or oh, like you could have done this better, like I tell him after the match kind of thing. Whereas I feel like in other games it's more about just you're trying to beat your opponent. You're not like actually analyzing their plays and like why the math was bad. Maybe you've had a different experience in Riftbound, but I think that's kind of like a unique part of Fab.
No, I agree. I like being
Yeah,
a
I think
sweaty tryhard.
You would get to that
Yeah.
point. You would just become a sweaty tryhard and Riftbound. It'd just take you 2 months to figure it
But
out,
like,
but you'd get
but
there.
like, I'm playing like Teemo. I'm playing like a silly little guy.
Yeah, and then you're gonna get your shit kicked in for like 3 weeks. Be like, this game sucks. I'm gonna play a real hero or go back to Fab. And either way, sweat
I
going
was
crazy.
like A tier. You take
I
that
don't know what the
back.
fucking meta for Riftbound is, man. I'm not playing it.
Oh, okay. No more Riftbound talk. I hate Riftbound.
Yeah.
On the cards.
Just
Okay, you wanted to talk about Blitz. It's on Sam's agenda that we have to talk about Blitz and Skirmish and stuff.
I'm trying to avoid
completely
it
out of order.
possible.
We need to get back on track, man. What's wrong with talking about Blitz, man?
Makes me angry.
I guess I'm just completely Team Zach, dude. I'm going on anything he wants to. That's what we're doing.
Sam, can we replace Taylor with Noah moving forward?
Oh.
did you have room
That's
in your
fine.
schedule for a second full-time podcast?
Yeah.
Anyway,
It's tough, man. I really have to think about like, oh, did I say this already? Like I'm trying to, keep the comments I'm giving here. I still have to save some bits for next week. For
I still have to
The other
save some
podcast,
bits
no.
for next week.
yeah, can't get rid of all the comedy now.
I love it.
that's incredible. All right, I mean, if you want to talk about Blitz real quick, how many of you guys are actually going to a skirmish?
no,
I
No.
might go to a skirmish.
Yay, let's go.
This is the
Listen,
first thing. There's not a lot of people going to skirmishes. The prizes are sick, though.
dude.
So if you got one
Those
around,
Everbloom lives, they're gonna be so cool until they get banned on the 15th. I can't wait. I'm kidding. I don't actually think they're gonna ban it on the 15th, but I am very excited. Like, I know that nobody else likes Blitz. I know that nobody else is like really interested, but it kind of feels like a Aurora, Florian, KO like meta in Blitz is kind of like the vibe that I get just from like looking at like past season wins and like what everybody's playing. And I don't know. I'm excited. We're having ours on Friday night. Like, it's like our armory time. So it's not even like on a Saturday.
it's kind of sick.
Yeah, it's great. So our local store owner literally said, I'm sick of all the locals who want to play here missing it because of weekend plans. So we're having it on Friday night. And I was like, you are talking my language, dog. You are talking my language. So I'm very excited to play Aurora in Blitz like one last time because they've banned like CLV and Flicker Wisp now, I think. I have to look at the ban list. I have to put my deck together this week and look at the ban list. I don't even know.
Good luck with that one, yeah.
Dude, I'm pumped. I love skirmish season. Like, I got cold foil channel like fridges from one skirmish season. I have a playset of cold foil channel thunder steps, I think is what they're called. From like
Yes.
one skirmish season. I'm hoping
I still
to
can't sell those.
I love it. It is like one of my favorite arts in the game. I mean, granted, they're sitting in my binder doing nothing, but I love
Yeah.
them. I'm excited for Cold Full Everbloom in Lives or Cold Shock consigned to Shock or whatever.
Yeah,
the
Yeah.
hell
you
it's
can
I
also
called.
think it's
shock.
you flip a coin, you get one or the other at your store.
Yeah. So I mean, whatever it is, if there were more skirmishes within 2 hours of me, I would be going. Truly, I would.
2 hours?
Yeah, I'd drive an
Wow.
hour. I'd drive an hour and a half for a skirmish. 100%. I thought about driving to Hendersonville for a skirmish, but it's the same day, which is an hour and 45 for everybody watching who doesn't know where I live. But there's the local CC tournament that, like, you know, we've been talking about for like 3 months now is at our store on that day. I love Blitz. I never get to play it. I would probably drive over 2 hours for a skirmish.
Will again.
Yeah, it makes me sad. It really
Yeah.
does. I feel like I learned to play the game playing Blitz, playing Dash IE, playing Blitz with like Teclo Pounder and like stuff like that. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like we're losing a part of what I fell in love with getting into the game, to be honest.
I think we're sending it off with grace. Think of it that way.
I think that's how most people feel. Most people are watching this right now and they're going, "Good riddance. Get that trash out of here." Like, everybody hates Blitz, but I don't know. Like, I enjoy it.
That's fair.
I feel like that's the only Blitz segment we need to have. Nobody else is even playing. Nobody cares about it. In fact, if you want to fight with me, I'll even read the comments on this video. Say something stupid about Blitz, and I'll argue with you. Say something that you think is true about Blitz in the comments, and I'll argue with you. Because if you've made it an hour and 28 minutes into the video, you have earned the right to have me argue with you on the episode. Like 110%. I will argue with you in the comments.
Yeah, my only Blitz comment is that because KO Armed and Dangerous is playable in every format, I can kind of just like have my one, pile of KO cards. All right, here's my CC deck. Take out like 30 or so cards. Here's my Blitz deck. And then swap out a few of those Majestics for some commons and rares. All right, I got a Silver Age deck and I can play any format.
That's awesome. I love that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, with all that wrapped up, that's good enough for topics today. Let's go ahead and move on to the podcast questions. Very first one comes to us from Opus Arts. How much bribe money would it take for this to become a Chaotix TCG podcast? And I don't even know what that is. Has anyone heard of that?
Card game. Yeah, it's an old card game, right?
I'm very glad that I'm not the only one who had never heard of this trading card game because I was
Yeah,
like,
no idea.
okay, good. Wow, 3 of the 4 of them.
Yeah. Yeah,
I thought
it was
this
like
was like a title or something when I read this the first time. I was like, surely not.
Yeah.
oh, it was like an old card game. You guys made me feel
This
old.
is my first card game, so no, I don't know older ones.
That's fair, I guess.
Oh man, dude. Oh, my back's starting to hurt.
Just make sure you send all the bribe money to me as
Chaotix
the owner of this
TCG.
podcast.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. It was back in I don't know. I think I was middle school when it came out. I remember playing it.
Atropole.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They had
dude.
cool looking cards, dude, back in the day.
I don't know. What would you guys say sounds good? Even $5,000?
Yeah, works for me.
Let's do this podcast. I don't know about another one.
Oh man.
Too tired.
Uh,
Okay. Sal the Gamer Crawford.
We're done.
In a rap battle between the host of Breakpoints, who would be the ultimate lyrical sage with the pin?
All right. Is this like
okay, y'all three give your takes, and then you know what we should do? Okay, here we go. All three of you make a campaign speech for yourself of why you'd be the rap king, and I'll evaluate it and pass judgment on who's the best.
In college, I did have a SoundCloud.
well, that's got to go in the
Powerful.
description now.
That's your campaign? Is that you had a SoundCloud in college?
Dude, I could throw some bars at one point.
Okay.
All right. Sam, go ahead, dog. It's all you.
Yeah, I don't think I don't think that would do too great.
Okay, you know it'd be fire if you made a beat that had your laugh as the background. I think Sam, maybe you couldn't do rap, but if you did a dubstep song where it's just your laugh and then the beat drops, I could see that hitting.
Incredible.
I love that.
All right. I've got a chance.
Yeah.
I love that. That would be awesome.
All right, Aggro Blaze 96. What's your pitch for why you should be president?
Well, I should be president because your other options are Mr. Clean and the Pillsbury Doughboy. So why not pick me?
Nice.
Ooh, those are big words from the Lyeth stand. Ooh.
Oh, Sam took that one too personally. I crossed the
Dude,
line here tonight.
he just called you the Pillsbury Doughboy. What the fuck?
Actually crossed the line, apparently. Oh god. Oh god.
Why would he do that?
Oh boy. Well, this is awkward. No more questions. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys
Okay,
later.
so I think Zach definitely nailed the roasting aspect of a rap battle, so I'm gonna have to give it to him that he would win.
Sam, I'm so sorry. Please don't hate me forever. I had to win.
Yeah.
In the name of winning. All right, I think Sal got what he wanted.
Yeah.
All right, third
We
question.
need now for Taylor to become on the Fang gang, and then he'll be totally in.
Oh, dude, I cannot believe you didn't record that video, Taylor. Very disappointed in you. All right. Third question comes from Capomelo. There is a lot of talk about Pen being a history pack 3 of sorts because of its size. For reference, normal sets are 260 cards. Supplemental sets historically were low 200. Pen is 350, and HP1 was 430. If it does end up including a bunch of reprints of some older sets, which heroes' card pools should be included?
Icelander.
Wait, so is this... Jesus Christ. Wait, so is this a thing? Are they doing... I thought they were only reprinting some Majestics and Legendaries. Are they reprinting a lot of other cards?
We don't actually know.
Okay.
I don't think there's any source on it.
I'm going to be really disappointed if there are a lot of reprints, I'm not going to lie. This is supposed to be a supplemental set where it brings a bunch of new stuff to the game.
So they're going to bring new
Yeah,
stuff, but there's probably some reprints. Noah, what hero are you throwing in there?
Well, what's the functionality of a reprint in here of something that isn't Majestic Legendary?
Bolton Shot.
It's not like it's...
I
reprinted that in gem packs.
No, but I'm saying Bolton Shot's the best example I would give you, right? Because Bolton Shot was $2 or $3. And they're just commons that people who started playing the game in the last year or two don't have access to because they didn't buy bulk of that set. Now, I have Bolton Shots laying around because I bought that set, but other people don't. And it's
Is
not
it looking for a scrap expensive?
Random things like that. I think reprint purposes for stuff like that are $2, $3, $4 for commons are probably a good place to reprint. Just to answer your question, Sam.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I'm not someone who can answer this. I have no idea when they print cards and how many times they print them.
Humble is $4.
There you go. There's another great one. Reprint Humble.
Yeah, so it seems like just generics.
How many copies of Humble do we really need in the wild there? That card shouldn't be getting played very much at all.
I don't know, man. Ira makes it a 2 for $7.
It's so funny you bring that up. When I was preparing for Memphis, I had 6 of them in my deck. I was playing the red and the blue.
Really
Yeah.
interesting.
And then they banned Zephyrinito, and then you couldn't play any of them.
And then it didn't matter.
Yeah, it was one of the better cards to have on like the multiple blue hand, where you could like dagger, flick, retrieve, and then still end on a 2 cost at the end.
Okay, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I guess seeing some of those wouldn't be too disappointing. I mean, like Sink Below and Favor Scene are always fine because those are also always like a couple bucks. But for the most part, I would hope that they wouldn't really put any reprints, and this is all brand new stuff. Like of the 350, hopefully like 280 is a brand new card.
That would be cool.
Like Ian the Leviant guy. Sometimes one card can single-handedly resurrect a weak deck. A recent example is Hunter X Hunted for Arachne Huntsman. There are some other decks that are one strong card away from becoming meta relevant. What could that card look like? And I guess, what heroes could they be for? Winner's Well for Jarl.
Yeah, Winner's Well. Literally. Yeah.
Figure that one out. All right.
No,
I mean, I feel like we say this. We don't. LSS says this about Bolton and Riptide all the time, and it's never just one card.
I think Marlin if she got small game trophy shot.
Wait, alright.
Like a 0 for 2 buff with the same text.
That's even better than the 2 for 4, isn't it?
You know what they could do? They
That's
could
just
print
nuts.
like one card that would give something relevance would be a Liath Hammer that says on hit, negate your hero power until the end of your next turn, or until the end of your opponent's turn, or something like that.
Like it.
Now, that might actually be insane, though, right?
Yeah,
Because
that's one card, but it could just be like it could be like 1 point below rate. Like it's only ever a 3 for 3. Like your opponent just has to give a card to respect it. Otherwise, you negate your own hero power for the next turn.
Ooh, I think we're playing with dangerous.
Maybe it could be a 3
there,
for 4.
Bob.
Like maybe you could make them actually good. That would be sick.
Yeah,
no?
I was like, but like Cruel Ambition and like all the oh my god, Villainous Pose, all these things pump it. I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm in. Noah sold me. I was gonna say Levia,
Yeah.
but no, I'm in. I love it.
All right, I got
Yeah.
one for Tough Nut. It's a blue clash card that says if you win this clash, all tokens you control gain prevent 1 until end of turn. So you can like screw around with all the Dirtle decks and not be like just hosed by. I guess it can't be a clash card then actually, because it would go off before I. Never mind.
Yes.
Never mind.
My clash
Never
card will
mind.
help me succeed versus Kano. Surely they will attack me.
Yeah, I want it to be maybe make it a block card or something like something that still.
Yeah,
fits
that's
the
even
range.
better. I agree.
Yeah.
That'll surely help me win against Kano.
Well, like he has a terrible time against like even Syndra right now, so like giving them a different access to another set of the meta. Like, of
You know
course,
what?
he's
I
still
mean,
not going to
they
beat
could-
Wizard.
They could change it like instead of if you want to make it an actual like power card like this that helps him into Syndra, would just be the amount this like they could make this text better. Obviously, I'm not writing the syntax now, but like the amount this overblocks the attack for gets applied as prevention. It's like if you block 6 on 3 with a card because you had 3
That's
toughness,
hot.
then you get
Hot.
3 floating prevention.
Yeah, there you go.
Like
Same
if they
idea.
did something like that, I think it would be good. I don't think that's enough because it's still a main deck card, and I think a lot of these heroes, one main deck card is not going to be enough to make them relevant. It has to be like something that some sip. But I think that would definitely be a way of helping against those decks for sure.
I think
And it would be cool.
What else? Betsy with the log would help a lot because like I think that she's pretty strong. I think a lot of her specs are very strong.
Yes.
I think when she's mellow,
What does strong mean? Does strong mean that the number in the bottom left is a big number? Is that what you mean by strong? Or
I
do you mean,
honestly think
they're
that,
actually
like-
good.
I honestly think like Bet Big and Drink Under the Table are pretty strong cards. They're just attached to a really bad hero.
Yeah.
I don't understand why Bet Big is a strong card.
Is that the new one? That
So
the
No,
why is it a
Big is
strong
the
card? It's
original
just like
Majestic.
it's just an on-rate card that doesn't disrupt the opponent. Like, if it hits, it just does what every other hero does normally, which is playing a little bit above rate.
I know, but like the gold generation will allow you to filter through your hero and use Chapeau better. Dude, yeah, I think it's good, man.
Okay.
Vigor's good
Okay.
when you're playing
It's
a
just
lot of.
good. It's not like a strong card. I don't know. When I think of strong card, I think of like Codex of Frailty, Bonds of Agony, Chum, Chart, every single other card in the gravy deck.
The last time Noah's
Blood
ever
Rush
come up
Billow.
arguing too much with
Fired.
me.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
never
I do
mind.
think Betsy is probably one of those ones that needs a little bit more than just one card. Same with like Olympia. They gave him a
Fuck with
whole
that.
armor suite, nothing changed.
Olympia's
I
really
think
good in
Betsy, if
stage.
you're gonna give if you're gonna give Betsy something, it would have to be something that just fundamentally changes how overpower works. That like some sip card that says every time you get overpower, it gets like +1 or +2 or something. Just like to further spike up the power. Because I think
Yeah.
her hero power is just too useless.
What would Volda need?
3 copies instead of one of the whatever the 0
Leyline.
cost.
ley line
Yeah,
of the
ley
old
line.
ones.
Yeah. Put 3 of those in the deck, and now we're talking.
I think you just hit Gravy a decent amount, and then like if you just ban Chum, maybe a couple other things, I think Volda's pretty decent.
If you made Heave 2 cards with actual text, not into other Guardian matchups, like I think Volda would be fine.
Yeah, if you change the text on them to not say attacking a Guardian,
Yeah.
then like they would actually be
nuts.
good.
or like, I mean, imagine like I don't know, like if you make it like a Volda spec and it has like Heave 2 or something like that, but you make it like, I don't know, like Debilitate, or you make it like Spinal Crush or something like that. Like I think you could actually make Volda a pretty like solid hero.
What do you think about this? Is very degenerate. I don't know if I want to introduce this idea to Taylor's mind, but if they gave some kind of like toxicity effect to Volda, where like because you have the dominate, you could just like slap a toxicity on one of your cards, and then like boom, who cares about any of this crush nonsense? It's just like on hit of my 10 dominate, I deal 5. Like that would be pretty sick.
I'm here for that.
It would be degen, but like it would be sick.
I still think you need like some more seismic surge consistency because it's like really lacking in the deck. But I like that idea.
When you activate tech plating, make an extra surge. It could be like a leg piece.
Mm.
That'd be cool.
Just something that like makes you take like promising terrain out of your deck because no one wants to resolve that.
All right.
What a good question.
Our next question, and it comes in 2 parts, comes from Archon. For Sage specifically, what are the heroes you expect to see suspended first?
We covered this one. It's going to be
Yeah.
Azalea, Oldhim, and Chain.
Yeah, I'd be very surprised if
Okay.
those 3.
For bannings, how often should bans happen? Sometimes it seems like LSS doesn't do anything to a format because the BNR is in a few weeks, when it seems fairly evident to everyone who and what will be hit, e.g., Golden Tipple.
I think a once a month ban cycle is probably pretty good instead of like set
Well,
or quarterly.
So you'd have to
See,
change
we
like the
used to
ban
get-
lengths, though, right? Not like
That's how I interpret the question. How often should bans happen?
Yeah.
Are they talking about like the BNR, or are they talking about like how often we should actively ban something? That's actually
I think they're talking about like how often should there be a BNR check, is how I interpreted that.
once a month. Like even if like I don't mind you throwing no changes 4 times in a row if the meta's good, but I would rather you do that than us not have any changes for 4 months and we're all drowning.
It used to be okay. Back when they did monthly dev talks, we at least got some kind of insight. But now we're just like high and dry for long periods of time. And especially now that we're going to have to maintain multiple constructed formats moving forward. I think having monthly ban lists makes sense because then you're going to probably address something in one of the 2 formats. Before that, when we just had constructed and draft, it was like, I think a little bit less important. But now that we're having just 2 different constructed formats, I think the monthly ban list cycle would be very beneficial.
so.
Okay.
if we do these, I guess we would change like hero is banned for 2 months if it gets banned during this 1 month cycle type deal, or you envision shorter.
Well, what I believe the Sage bans are, from my understanding, is that once a hero is voted out, it's voted out for a season, and then if it's voted out twice, it's voted out for 2 seasons, and it
Yes.
repeats that process. Yeah.
You want to keep
So-
that on a monthly?
We can do that like quarterly though, couldn't we? We could do like
So
like
I don't think the bans
Okay, I
were
think-
referring to banning heroes in Sage. I think
Yeah.
and
it's a
if
separate
it
thing.
is, then you have to have that on a seasonal basis. Like I don't think that's something you
Yeah,
can say
because, like-
monthly or quarterly. You have to have that every single time the season rotates into a
Yeah,
new
that's
thing.
that's what I was trying to get to.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't set up, like, sometimes we have 6 weekends for like an RTN or PQ season. We can't have like a check in the middle of that of whether we're gonna entirely ban a hero. I mean, come on, the Living Legend current system. It'd be crazy if like midway through a season you just like all of a sudden you can't play your hero anymore out of the blue. Who could imagine such a system in place?
So I actually have an interesting thought on this. Like, when do you think is the optimal time for us to vote on banning the heroes for Sage? When the set comes out, like before it, a week after, a month after? What's like the optimal timing for us to hit that? Like, this should be banned for a season, because the sets normally come out right before a competitive season.
Well, one sec before people answer, can we caveat what is your idea of voting entail? Is it like you have to submit in 24 hours, or is it like a long process to collect the votes?
Like a week. Everyone can vote,
Other
and
people
then
answer
like
that.
on Friday, it goes into effect.
I don't even know. Like maybe 48 hours. You have 48 hours, like Monday to Wednesday, and then they could do a dev talk on Friday. But like if they do the dev talk, I want them to do it like Hunger Games, where they like have something in the middle and they like read out the names that are being sacrificed for the season.
Oh, nice.
That'd be
Yeah.
cool.
But
That would
you-
actually
They
be a lot of fun.
they light them on fire.
Yeah.
When do you think we should do the voting? Do you think we should do it like right before the set actually releases? Like, we've had spoilers. It's been 2 weeks. Votes are in. What are you voting for? Or do you want to do it like a week after the set comes out? Do you want to do it like a month after the set comes out?
No, you just brought up a great point, actually. If we do it after spoilers come out, but before the set comes out, it gives us an excuse of them telling us the cards in the set earlier. Because we get the spoilers early, then we have some time to digest the power level of the heroes, and then vote on who we want to be taken out. And then we get the world premiere, and we get to like actually play with the cards and stuff. But yeah, I think if they give us like comprehensive spoilers, maybe they don't need every single card in the set, but like they know what cards are going to be good by and large. So if they just if we have like more comprehensive spoilers, then I think a ban period for the players after that, but before the set comes out, would be nice. In addition to like other regularly scheduled ones, because like we don't get cards ever.
Yeah.
We get like 3 or 4 sets a year or whatever nonsense.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good.
I would say 2 weeks before the season starts. And no, I'm not trolling, and no, I'm not being funny after like the whole LL thing that happened for Worlds. I'm being dead serious. Like, I think if you're going to like do specific hero bans, I think 2 weeks is plenty of time when decks cost $30 to $40 for you to pivot from what you are going to play to find something else to play and work on it and sort it out at like a ProQuest or RTN level style event. 2 weeks should be plenty of time.
I think it should be 2 weeks, given that there's some sort of sentiment about what's going to get hit. Like if we made like some sort of thing on the website of like a hate column. I don't know how to say this, but like we had, how we have like Living Legend points now. If we had like just hater points or something on heroes of like how likely they are to be voted out, like how many people outside of the voting period have just manually sent ballots to LSS of like ban this hero, then it give you like a better idea of whether your hero is going to be playable. Maybe we had some system like that. Then yeah, I could see 2 weeks being fine if you had at least an idea. But I think being completely blindsided 2 weeks out is probably not a good look.
Okay. I like it.
Because the thing is, it's different than a normal ban list, right? A normal ban list, like they ban Dirge, but you could still play Chain, like you could still play the deck. Whereas now, like if they ban the hero, then you have to change up everything. Like you can't even stumble across with an 80% competent deck.
I just feel like the timing window is really hard here because we just don't see cards early enough to get like an informed opinion. So I don't know how LSS is really going to solve this.
It'll be in a dev talk.
Yeah,
Next
we'll get one next
October.
October.
Yeah.
Next
Yeah.
October.
Nice. The hunt for Red October will finally receive a dev talk.
Oh man. Next question from John. I think a lot of the focus around Pin has been reprints and Sage support. I would love to hear how all you hope Pin impacts CC. Any concerns about the set? I am tremendously nervous about the set. I think a lot of heroes that have really shitty blue bases that are very strong reds or majestics that have to play these like shitter blues have the most to gain in CC from the Sage cards. 360 is a lot. Like there's certain heroes that like if you just give them like 5 new common rares that are built for Sage but also translate to CC, they're just like an insane deck. So that's what I'm kind of keeping my eye on. They're rebuilding all of Teklo-Vossen, which is going to be the most interesting one. But
But do you think it's really the case? Like, what if it's just a general like a rising tide raises all boats kind of thing? Like, if they just make every deck a little bit better, is that such a problem? Or do you think some heroes are just going to get unplayable cards?
yeah, I really think that like it's just going to be some dog shit for like 5 heroes, just completely like Dynasty. Was it Mechanoid cards? And you're like, this is cool in 3 years. It's like this isn't for now.
Like they have Necromancer as one of the classes listed for support here. Like, what are you gonna give Gravy that either doesn't make it like even more oppressive or does absolutely nothing?
Yeah,
feels like
Yeah,
a
we'll
really
give you
hard line
chart
to
2.
ride.
Chart 2. The electric
yeah.
fuckaloo.
Well, maybe we'll get more like generic necro. I bet it'll just be like a teaser. They'll give us like generic necromancer stuff that's like maybe playable in Sage, but maybe hints at what the future necromancer design will be.
This would also be a really fun point to just throw in like 2 mystic necromancers that would just never make the hero, just to get people talking about it. I think that would be like I'd be like, dude, throw it in there.
I feel like
Y-
they can't make an like Mystic Necromancer because Blue Matters is already Gravy's identity. It'd
I'm
be
just
like
saying though. Do you know how
repetitive.
crazy that'd be? That they just print like one ally in the sets, like
Yeah.
whenever you transcend, this hero gains go again this turn. You're just like, but they just never make the hero.
That would be really funny. That'd be really funny.
What do you think, Zach?
I'm hoping it shakes up CC a little bit. I would be very disappointed if an entire set came out and CC didn't change at all. Like honestly,
Well,
like
I have the set for you, buddy.
yeah. Like I'm not hoping it like changes everything, but I am hoping it like changes a little bit. I would like to mix up something. And honestly, if the cards like if what you're talking about happens where certain heroes get something that is just miles above other things, I hope it's heroes that currently suck. Like I hope Bolton gets something that brings it up above like everything else. I don't want Syndra to get this like random blue that makes it better and just like fits into the deck super well or some nonsense. Like I hope that there is like this like deck that like kind of sucks that gets some like support.
And I really hope like Verdance doesn't get like a 3 for 7 with like relevant text on it.
Crazy.
They just print the third Burn Bear in there.
Dude, honestly though, I still think Elemental Strike's an insane card. I'm just like, ugh.
Is that the new E-Strike thing?
Yes, that's
Yeah.
the new.
I think that card's like nuts.
It's pretty cool.
It's like Burn Bear 7 through 9 sometimes. Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Sure.
What do you
Sure.
think, Noah?
I don't understand how those are related at all. You're saying Autumn's Touch and Burn Bear are the same card, but
No, because I'm thinking of it with the new card that's all 3 elements. If you banish that to that, it's 7 dominate go again into like a Burn Bear on like turn 1 or something, and then you're down like 20 points.
because you cast Burn Bear after it, it's also Burn Bear.
No, because like it's dominate.
Who says you're
It, like,
chipping more true
Dude,
damage?
no one
through.
is going to play that other card in Verdance. That's a complete meme. The one that's all 3 elements. Come on, because you have to draw both of them in the same hand. No,
dude, Verdance loves 3-for-7s, dude. They're playing like
but the
Findle's
other card is
20.
not a 3-for-7. Isn't the other card just a vanilla card?
No,
Or
it's
is
a
it 3-for-7?
3-for-7. It's literally a 3-for-7 block 3. That's Earth.
Oh my days.
Yeah.
Okay, no,
Like,
I just don't believe it.
come on, dude.
No. I mean, sorry.
This
I
card's not
believe that
real.
that's the card. I'm not gaslighting you that you read correctly. I've heard your ability to read these questions. I know you can read. I was just saying more so the fact that like you're just not going to fit all these cards in the deck. Come on.
Watch me.
I just don't believe you.
No, you can do it. Sorry. Let me caveat. I'm caveating everything I say now. You as Taylor Crawford can do it. The player base as a whole, I'm not so sure that that'll be the next world's winning deck is the 4-card combo to deal 13 damage.
It's more about the evasion and Storm Striders.
Okay.
Than the actual damage.
I believe you.
Noah is so unfazed by all of our nonsense. He's just like,
Okay. Because the thing is, what Taylor's really saying is it's about the fun. That's what he doesn't want to say because he doesn't want to get roasted again. But it's about the fun of the play. It would be incredibly fun. I agree with you there.
That's fair. That's fair.
I think it's a good line.
Yeah.
Fight me.
I've
We'll
tried.
come back. You can come back
Sure.
post Pins and we can like
Yeah.
Test
You
this
could
out.
you could timestamp this.
yeah,
Yeah.
2 hours and 59 minutes into the
Episode
podcast,
20.
or however long this has been going.
episode 20.
Yeah.
2 hours. Like, oh
There we
my
go.
god, dude, we're 2 hours in. Oh my god.
Yeah, hour 56. Last
Holy
question
shit.
before we hit the
Yeah.
2-hour mark. Last question. With a couple of Teklo cards being spoiled for ProQuest prizing, what else would you like to see for the hero? / what do you think Teklo would need to be a somewhat competitively viable hero?
I have one thing that I've wanted. For Boost Teklo to work, you really need to still be able to play the blue Evos, the 4-cost ones. But the 4 cost just sucks. So I think if they have some way of generating one resource to where you can play like a deck that still contains reds and blues, but you just have a much cleaner ability to actually pitch a blue to play out the Evos, because you can't really play Teklo Foundry Heart and still go for the big Singularity endgame. So I think, if they just made some way of generating resources, which is always scary, of course, to have like a turn after turn resource generation, considering they also already have Foundry Heart, Power Plant, these kind of cards that have both been pretty powerful. But I think, just some way of leveraging the blue Majestic Evos and letting you get up to that Singularity endgame while still playing Flesh and Blood beforehand, I think would be cool.
It would be neat. I don't know, something like a Dead Threads would be like very neat. Like, and I know that that's like a weird thing to
Yeah, if an Evo's banished.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like I think that's actually a really cool concept, because then it also like forces you into like, when are you going to play your chess piece? If
Mhm.
you're using it, like if you're using your chess piece as like a Dead Threads to like make like to cheat that out, that's actually a really neat idea.
Could you do
Yeah.
something like a 1-for-4 whenever this boost, your next Evo costs 1 less, and just like
But it's a
super
1-for-4.
Yeah.
So then how do I pay for my 4 costs?
Buddy, I didn't ask you to explain the deck. I was just giving you a concept.
Doesn't solve
Okay.
any of the problems I'm asking for. You basically just said, what if they printed a 0-for-4?
Well,
That's literally what you said.
no. Well, that's pretty good. No, but I'm more thinking about like your.
they printed a 0-for-4, but it's worse. You basically wanted 0 to 40.
No. Because like I'm assuming as Teklo, you're gonna play multiple cards on your turn now. You're gonna boost. So you're gonna use a blue, and then you're gonna have that second blue to use for the Evo. So you have like a 1-for-4, then you're gonna come in for a throttle, and then you use the blue for an Evo or something like that. You're trying to play full hands as
Mhm.
boost Teklo. I'm just giving you a concept of what could it work to use for that full
It
blue.
would be like this new data link / zipper hit combo, and then also like a throttle into playing it from banish if you banished it.
Yeah, I think another cool thing that they could do is a boost attack. It can just be a 0-for-3 red boost. Maybe it comes in a cycle, but at least a 0-for-3 red that just chills in your banish zone. And it says you can banish a card from your arsenal. They'd have to change this to where you couldn't like infinite loop, but that's not my problem. Someone will fix this. Like you banish a card from your arsenal, and then you add the 0/3 boost card from your banished zone back to your hand. Because they built the new hat around making ponder tokens. And if you're pondering into like a high cost card that just sucks, or like you ponder into a tank and you're not online yet, it's just kind of useless. So I think if they have some like card that can just chill either in the graveyard or banish zone and make some way where you can't infinitely loop it, and it can just banish your arsenal or destroy your arsenal, do something, bottom deck it, whatever, to get this card back and just allow you to keep up the pressure, I think would be really cool. And then you would actually be able to use the hat for productive value as opposed to just pondering into some trash.
I like it. I would also like a way to reoccur Singularity if I do banish it in a better way than the
Base.
blue. Yeah, like give me a good base that I can put on that puts Singularity on the bottom of my deck or something.
Okay.
Yeah, I do think you
Do you
need
think-
probably like one other way.
Yeah. There could be maybe like a boost attack that says it can add back a banished
Yeah.
mechanologist action card or something like that.
Yeah, that'd be perfect. So
Yeah.
boop.
There's some like powerful card. I mean, this is all a very like be careful what you wish for kind of thing because I really don't want Teklo to be that good.
Yeah,
But
he's cool. He's
I think
fun.
Teklo being
Sure.
like a B tier deck is fine. Yeah, when Teklo is like S tier, it's probably gonna be awful.
It's a terrible meta.
Unlike if Icelander was S tier. That's a good meta.
I think we've hammered that point home.
Yeah, not quite the same. All right, that's us for this week. If you made it all through 2 hours and 1 minute, thank you for hanging out.
God bless if we made it all the way through.
Yeah, Jesus.
That's a lot. Oh
It's
my
a
god.
long one from us. Turns out that Zach got all of his arc raidering in before the podcast this week, or else last week's would have also been over 2 hours long.
We got
Well
less
talked.
topics next week.
Dude, are you kidding me? Like, my entire weekend has been wake up, work on my Victor thing that I'm like writing right now, and then play Arc Raiders for like 8 hours with Carly. It's been awesome.
Well, I'm glad you're having a wonderful break in the middle of this down season for Fab.
It's been great.
Everyone enjoy yourselves. See you next week.